what is good? AFC East Roundtable. It's your boy Richie. It's your boy Dan TD. We got Ray in the house. You know what it is. It's the AFC East Roundtable, and we're live yet again on this Wednesday night. Training camp week number 2. We actually have a football game to talk about, which is tomorrow, the Hall of Fame game. The New York Jets and Zach Wilson will be taking on the Cleveland Browns. Let's go. I'm excited to get into it, baby. Dan, how you feeling right now, brother?
What is going on, Richie? I'm not going to lie to you. I have been so thrilled that I am able to see what the Buffalo Bills have been doing, right? I mean, there's been a lot of surprises. We're going to get into it. I'm loving the fact that Ken Dorsey is really reaching into his bag of tricks for the offense this season. And I'm still a little worried about our offensive line, but we will get there. Super excited that everybody in here is joining us on yet another edition of the AFC East Roundtable. I'm seeing some people say late much. Listen, we want to keep you waiting, all right? Build anticipation, because tonight's about to be a fantastic episode, all right? So you're welcome.
Sorry for the tardiness amongst the boys. We were talking a lot about the future of this channel right before we went live. And you guys have no idea what's in store for this channel, by the way. You guys have no clue. You thought this was fun the last 3 years? Just wait till you see what we got in store for you folks for this season. More content.
We're going in, baby.
I'm gonna tease it off with that. More content. You think Wednesday night's fun? How about more than that? Let's go. TD, talk to us.
What's up, baby? Ooh, man, I'm just so excited. I've been going to training camp, man. And I'm back home now, but then I'm getting ready right now to head back out overnight, back down to training camp for tomorrow. So I got the fam with me right now. That's why I'm not cammed up. But listen, man, I'm excited. Big things happening in Miami. Can't wait to talk about it on the stream. Can't wait to talk about some of the things we got coming down the pipeline with this channel. Man, it's just amazing times. Amazing times to be subscribed to the AFC East Roundtable. Salute to all the Dolphin fans in the comment section. All you other fans, your team sucks. They're trash, and we all know that. So don't be delusional. Be honest with yourselves, okay? I'm just keeping it 100.
Oh,
he's starting early, ladies and gentlemen. He's starting early.
Super Bowl, baby.
Super Bowl. Right. Mm-hmm. Ray, always a pleasure to have you on here. How you doing, bro?
Y'all got way too much fucking energy. My God. It's Wednesday.
How was that event you were at, bro?
Tone it down.
Wait, no Super Bowl vibes, Ray.
We got football.
I see why you ain't got energy. Ain't no Super Bowl vibes over there.
No, none whatsoever. I know before the show, y'all like, oh, we need some positive Patriot shit. And I was like, oh, you got the wrong guy coming on this show.
Someone submit some clips of some positive feedback from the Patriots.
Some Patriots fans in the chat, let us know, what are you most excited for about this season? What gets you excited for? I know we open up with that. Ray, give me something that gets you excited about this season for the New England Patriots. Something.
That Josh Allen keeps leaving the field injured during practice. That's the excitement in Patriots land right now.
Hey.
Is he actually? I didn't even know that.
No. Because obviously someone from our offensive line, surprise, backed up to his ankle yesterday. And then for some reason we decided to run the fucking Philly special in practice 3 days ago. Josh Allen got rocked. By the way, red non-contact jersey. What the hell are you doing?
It doesn't matter in Buffalo. That's what I've learned. It doesn't matter.
Apparently it doesn't.
Well,
so,
if he's not on the field, that gives y'all better chances this year, Dan.
Oh, my God, man.
Well, the first super chat of the night is from Adam. How about you read this one, Ray, for us?
Patriots are positively dreadful.
The Patriots are positively dreadful. You know what? The Patriots aren't actually that bad. We have a bad quarterback. I don't trust our quarterback. I'm on the hopeful train that Mac Jones can prove everything I've said about him wrong. But, when I look at this Patriots roster, the defense is the defense. The defense is going to be a top 10. The entire division is going to be a top 10 defense somewhere along the lines, like all 4 of our teams. I like the Patriots offense. And I say this, so we have a radio show on Sunday mornings, revolutionradio.live, if you want to check that out. And we talk about the NFL. And my co-host is also a Patriots fan. And I said, if you gave Tom Brady, Juju Smith-Schuster, if you gave Tom Brady, Kendrick Bourne, you gave him Tyquan Thornton, you gave him Mike Gesicki, who's a touchdown machine, and Hunter Henry, I said he'd be hugging Bill Belichick, because that guy was winning Super Bowls with Danny Amendola and Chris Hogan. And yet they're going to turn around and Patriot fans are going to be like, oh, Belichick's not doing enough for Mac Jones. Here's my problem. And honestly, Miami's got to stop this too. Either they got to trust Tua or not. I said, I don't want to invest $30 million into a wide receiver. And if that's what Mac Jones needs to be successful, that's not the recipe for long-term sustainability in the NFL. Teams that have good quarterbacks. What did the Packers? Packers invested almost nothing into wide receivers for Aaron Rodgers. Now the Jets next year's people to throw to. Look at Kansas City. They let the entire Legion of Zoom leave and win a Super Bowl. You know what I mean? Like that's what good quarterbacks don't need great players. Great quarterbacks elevate the players around them.
It's a great take. It's a beautiful take.
And if Mac Jones needs great players to elevate him, there's no sustainability there.
I love that. That was probably the best take I've heard on the show in quite some damn time.
No comment.
Well, King Cat with a big-time dono.
King Cat! Thank you,
I miss Master at work. Psych! Comes in with $2 $100. Two of them.
King Cat showed up on my channel and showed me love. Salute to you, man.
And so King Cat's done it for all of us, man. Wildly generous guy. We did miss you, man. And not just because of your donations, but because of you consistently bullying Tyson on a regular basis. We all find it hysterical.
You do got a point.
Miss you indeed.
Well, I cannot thank you enough for these generous donations, King Cat. I mean, the amount of times that you've helped out this channel is beyond comprehension. So thank you. We appreciate the donations. And Hunter, thanks for the donation as well. We appreciate you, brother.
Thank you, brother.
So King Cat, again, did I already say thank you? But I got to say it again. I mean, $200. Wow.
Thank you, bro. Man. First 7 minutes of the show. Wow.
Sheesh. Everybody hit that like button for King Cat right now in the chat. King Cat's becoming a household legend on this channel.
Super easy way to make it work.
So I do want to start off with something unfortunate that happened in the AFC East. I want to get TD's thoughts. You know, injuries are never fun. Unfortunately for the Miami Dolphins, Jalen Ramsey goes down and he gets surgery on his knee. And the first practice, I believe, that sucks. So, TD, what's your overall thoughts about that? Who's going to step up in his place? I know that the Dolphins drafted a corner in the second round. So, how do you think the Dolphins are going to handle that secondary without Ramsey early on in the season?
Well, first off, the defense is absolutely beasting in camp right now. Remember, we're running a Fangio system. So, you don't always need the best talent when you have a great system in place. But I will say this. You can't replace a Jalen Ramsey. But I've been going to camp, man, and I'm trying to, like, hold off from saying this because if you know anything about me, I don't give you credit unless you deserve it. I talk trash about my own members of the team until you deserve it and earn it. But first of all, we had a lot of guys last year that played very well. We just dealt with a lot of injuries. But this year, our second-round pick, Cam Smith, man, he's out there playing great football. He's out there playing great football. He's always where he needs to be around the ball. He needs to come down with the interceptions, though, because, I mean, every day he got about 3 picks, and he don't get any. His hands are on him. And he's really, really balling out, man. And I'm going to be honest with you. That was our first draft pick, so that was our investment. So if he can step up and be that dude until Ramsey comes back, that's going to be a plus. But remember, Ramsey isn't out for the season as of right now. They're expecting him to come back in December, but he's around here talking about an early timeline in October or whatever. We'll see how that goes. But we still should be able to get him in the gauntlet of the schedule, playing the Jets twice, all of those on the back end. But the good thing is, early in the season, we have to play quarterbacks like Mac Jones, Josh Allen, you know, those type of guys. So we're not really that concerned in the secondary because at the end of the day, I mean, I think we all see the camp footage, all these picks and trash play by guys like Josh Allen and Mac Jones. And so we'll be just fine, man. We'll get through until he comes back, and then he'll be back to deal with Aaron Rodgers and company and on our road to the Super Bowl. It's that simple.
So the defense you said is looking good in camp early?
Man, they're beasting. The D-line has actually got me scared about the offense, how good the defense is showing up in camp.
I wanted to ask you, is that indicative of the defense being so good, or is that indicative of the offense struggling?
It's 1,000% the latter.
The defense improved, and let me tell you why, the difference between last year and this year. First of all, the team is virtually almost the same with the exception of Ramsey, which he's not there, so it's more of the same. And the only other acquisitions that are that are important, I would say, is Deshaun Elliott at safety, which is an upgrade from last year, Javon Holland. Not Javon Holland, but Brandon Jones. A lot of people don't know that. And the biggest signing that we made, a lot of people don't know about this guy, and I don't know why. He destroyed Buffalo. He destroyed everyone. This guy is a wrecking ball. David Long Jr. out of Tennessee. Just an amazing linebacker. And Vrabel just didn't want to deal with the soft tissue injuries, and that's what he's had. And he gave us a scare 2 weeks ago because he tweaked the injury, but he's on that field now. I'm talking about 4 tackles for a loss in the game. The end arounds go nowhere, keeping up with Tyreek. The guy is everywhere. He's the thumper. He's not scared, and that's the type of player that we've been missing for so long. I've been tired of being jealous of New England, always having those attack linebackers. I've been jealous of Buffalo, always having those guys that get into Milano and all those guys that got dirty. We finally got a guy who can get in there and get dirty, and he's showing up every day all over the place. But the scheme of Fangio's system is taking away your first read, and every play we're lined up in the same pre-snap position, and post-snap is something different. And it's been difficult for Tua, and he said that in his recent presser that Fangio's defense does a good job of making everything look the same, and it's difficult reading the defense post-snap. And I'm telling you, this defense is going to be something special. Only the veteran of the veterans are going to be able to carve this defense up. They have to have a level of patience to check it down and take the yards so they can move the chains instead of looking for the big play. It's kind of what it is. Bend but don't break, but we're not giving you nothing big. So this defense, man, they're on fire. That pass rush and run stuffing it's been electric, bro.
Having a good system makes such a world of difference. I mean, I've been lucky enough to have that in New England with Belichick and just his mind of defense, where you can take guys who aren't superstars but turn them into superstars. And I agree with you, having that thumper, having that guy that can disrupt the defensive line from the middle of the field rather than the trenches is such a huge difference. And if you can drop them into coverage too, I mean, and that's where it's changed. If you look at the Patriots defense right now, we got a lot of secondary guys who are playing linebacker. Like Kyle Duggar is technically a strong safety, but plays outside linebacker more than he lines up anywhere else on that position. And I think when you can have those guys and have the Matt Judons and stuff, but I agree with you. It doesn't matter what players you put on the field. If you know the proper system to get them through, this Miami defense, I've been saying this forever, is so criminally underrated. Like, I don't know why people don't want to take it serious, and it's going to be a serious problem, not just for the East, but just the rest of the AFC in general.
They're about to find out, and I'm actually
we'll see about that.
So first off, I will say that the Jets definitely have the best defense in this division. I will put that out there, and that is me being as objective as humanly possible. And overall defense, I do want to empathize with Dolphins fans right now. Like, losing somebody like Jalen Ramsey in the first practice, like these non-contact injuries are absolutely terrible. I mean, first you see Jalen Ramsey, and then I believe the same day Joe Burrow ended up straining his calf. He's not going to be back probably till week 1. It sucks. It definitely sucks, especially because that was at least 3 guaranteed touchdowns per game against the Buffalo Bills from Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs, so things might be a little bit different. But it definitely sucks on the Jalen Ramsey side of things. I was always surprised when they drafted a DB so soon in the draft this past April, right? It didn't make sense to me. I was just like, look at who you have on this roster. Why the hell would you take such an early round pick on another DB? But now it seems to be making a little bit of sense. Now, that defense is solid. I do like Fangio, although that Josh Allen has had great success against him in the past. They're not particularly worried about that. I do believe that X is washed up, and the only person on that secondary that I have any ounce of respect for is Javon Holland, but we shall see. We shall see.
Yeah.
Well, one last little caveat. Back to what Ray was saying with the system, doesn't matter the player. We've been taking the number 2 on one player on our defense for 3 years now because he was a first-round pick, a late first-round pick, and that's Noah Igbenogany. We drafted him as a corner, and he's been absolutely a failure. And now all of a sudden in camp, he's doing his job in that system.
That's camp.
He's not giving anything up in that system. And it's like a shock, we in a man situation, then we'll concern ourselves. But in the system, he looks like he's going to be a solid player. Still not ready to say great or nothing like that, but that's the type of stuff that's going to make the difference for us until Ramsey comes back. Super Bowl, man.
Super Bowl.
All
right. Well, seems like we've talked enough about the damn Dolphins defense, because I think this Dolphins defense definitely has all the talent they need. I think the scheme that you guys are alluding to with Fangio is built to be able to take advantage of having good corners, and them drafting a corner in the second round is going to benefit the injury to Jalen Ramsey, and they still got Howard. They still got dogs on that defense. So definitely curious to see what this Dolphins defense looks like, because it seems like their offense is going to be fine with the talent that they got with the weapons at wide receiver. So definitely interesting stuff. Get into some super chats though. Midnight Hood strikes back. And now this is a pretty sure someone who has been a member for 7 months. So
7-month member of the channel. Bills Mafia.
Dan, you want to read that one?
Oh, 1,000%. And the Bills are going to win the Super Bowl this year, so stop capping. The rest of the AFC East fans, go Bills. Listen, Midnight, I've been trying to convince these people for the longest time this offseason, but now all that there is left to do is to execute, baby. I'm excited for it.
Sauce winning Defensive Player of the Year.
Interesting.
It's going to be a hard thing to do as a corner. Oh, TD, you see where Sauce was ranked in the NFL Top 100?
Bro, okay, last year, we know he was going to be ranked high, but again, fraud, man. You're going to see this year. He's going to get toasted all over the field.
Who is the how many corners were ahead of him in that ranking, TD?
What was his number again?
23.
Oh, that's okay. So that's the top corner, huh?
Yes, sir.
Average.
So I'm not going to sit here and say with a straight face that Sauce is going to win Defensive Player of the Year, because I think it's really hard for a corner to win that. The only way if Sauce does win that is if he just goes crazy and gets a lot of interceptions and just goes, I don't know how he's going to do that. But hey, if he's in the conversation for it, that's a plus. King Cat! TD,
again!
Smile so we could see you. King Cat, man, look at this guy. Damn.
So, hey, yeah, TD, let's see that smile.
You got to at least turn the camera on once for King Cat now.
Just give him a nice little grin.
What's up, man?
Just give him a grin, man.
You got
Just
him.
a little cheese. Just a little cheese, boys. And it's a little bit of that Gouda.
Thank you, TD. When the Jets hired Hackett, did they make sure to hire this time management guy too? Well, Michael, guess what, Michael? The Jets did not hire Hackett to be the head coach. Did they? Did I miss something?
Can we discuss him being a fucking baby? Can we discuss that?
Oh, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about Sean Payton being way out of pocket. That's what I want.
By the way, like actual fun fact about Mike, he's actually a writer for the Cleveland Browns at cleveland.com. Diehard Browns fan. He's in my shows quite a bit, so he provides a lot of really good objective takes. So
yeah, well, it doesn't seem like I think he thinks Hackett's the head coach for the Jets, though.
Hackett's a hack.
Come on. Dan, last camp. Noah was face down in the dirt, pouting after he got beat in the end zone. Trust me, he looks much better now.
And so all I remember from Noah is that one game, I think, when Byron Jones went down and then they put him up against like Diggs, and like Diggs like had like something like 160 yards against him. So that's all I remember. I'm excited to see his development.
Diggs won't get 20 yards on him this year. How about that?
All right, so let's talk about. There's a lot of stuff going on around the Jets world.
These ain't jokes.
A lot of drama, right? So I guess we'll talk about that Sean Payton thing. So Sean Payton last Thursday came out with some comments that I'm sure you guys all saw out of nowhere. Just started completely calling out Nathaniel Hackett and calling out the coaching. And it's not like what he said wasn't right? What he said is correct. The coaching job at Denver was an absolute disaster. But I don't know. I'm someone that thinks that's very unprofessional for a guy like Sean Payton, especially the great coach that he is, to go out there and just completely put Nathaniel Hackett in a corner and ruin his name and just like completely say those things. I think it was really unprofessional by Sean Payton. I don't know where the hell it came from. And then not only did he do that, he went on to take shots at the New York Jets and saying some things that makes no sense. Oh, all these teams out there love winning the offseason and love having the cameras on them and Hard Knocks. Well, first of all, the Jets did not want to be on Hard Knocks. The Jets were forced to be on Hard Knocks. The Jets did not want it. And Sean Payton made it seem like we were wanting to be on Hard Knocks. We want the cameras on us. We want the whole world to watch us. Not the case. So the fact that Sean Payton had those things to say about the Jets Makes no sense. I don't know why he had to say that. But hey, that's going to be week number 5. I think that's going to be flexing to Sunday Night Football. And then when Robert Saleh was asked about it, he said, if you ain't got haters, you ain't popping, so hate away. Let him know, coach. You see Aaron Rodgers go out there. He said, keep my damn coach's name out of your goddamn mouth. Love to hear what Aaron Rodgers had to say. And Nathaniel Hackett, of course, is going to have to respond, man. Someone just called him out. Someone in Sean Payton at that magnitude spoke to USA Today and spoke badly on his name. He's obviously going to be a little reactive. Nathaniel Hackett's a very passionate person. He wears his heart in his sleeve. And that's his type of person that he is. So I'm not shocked about how Nathaniel Hackett had to deal with that. And fun little story here. At training camp over the weekend, I was with, you guys know Ryan, Jets Talk 24/7.
Yeah, the man.
This is hilarious. Nathaniel Hackett's walking by us before practice on the sideline. And I wish we recorded this. We're so upset this is not a video. I swear this is not a joke. Freaking Ryan screams, Sean Payton's a bum! And then Nathaniel Hackett, as he's walking away, raises his hand and fist pumps. So the fact that Nathaniel Hackett heard that and actually responded was hilarious. So that's really my thoughts of this whole drama situation. It's in the past, but it's not in the past because what's in the future is that Week 5 game, that Jets and that Broncos game. It's at 4 p.m. I think they might have to flex it if they're smart.
So I did lose a lot of respect for Sean Payton, not because of what he said, but because he backtracked and he apologized.
Yeah, right? me too.
That's where I lost it too. With your damn chest. All right, listen, I didn't see any fucking lies that Sean Payton said. I saw no lies whatsoever about what Hackett did to that team, that Sean Payton. Now he's cleaning up his damn mess. Say it with your damn chest. Now, don't get me wrong. I admire professionalism, but sometimes when I feel like that it's overblown, I feel like that it goes into a fact where I'm not feeling that person is genuine. All right. And I don't trust that person. If someone's like cringy, way too professional, I don't trust you because you're not a genuine person, in my opinion. I think that when it comes down to it, I think Sean Payton shouldn't have apologized. I think that he should have stuck with his guns. I'm going to call him when the time is right. Hell no. Hell no. I don't think that he should have. I don't think that he's had anything wrong. This is football. This is grown man. Trash talk's a part of the sport.
No, I agree 100%. Tony Dungy called out Bill Belichick for years. Nobody fucking cried about it and said, oh, he's stepping out of school. Tony Dungy's on record all the time talking shit. Rex Ryan, Mr. New York Jet. We're not going to kiss Belichick's ring. Fucking blah, blah. Nobody had a fucking problem with it. You know who Nathaniel Hackett is, by the way? He's Josh McDaniels, right? He really is, because look at fucking Josh McDaniels without Tom Brady and look at Josh McDaniels with Tom Brady. He's a fucking genius with Brady and he's a moron without him. Let's look at Hackett with Aaron Rodgers and let's look at him without Aaron Rodgers, right? It's easy to coach Aaron Rodgers. It really is. It really is. It's Aaron, throw the football, right? Like that's the game plan. I think
he had a top 10 offense with Blake Bortles.
He had a great defense. And Blake Bortles got on the field a lot. And that's the difference. When you're on the field for 3/4 of the game because your defense is going 3 and out every time they're out there, you're going to get a lot of chances to throw the football. Look, I thought it just made me laugh. It's like you're allowed to call out good coaches and nobody bats an eye at it. But you call it a shitty head coach and people get all fucking up in arms about it. And I totally agree with Dan. When Sean Payton backtracked, I was like, dude. Like you said it like it was, you got caught up in the moment. That's fine. Own it. Sit there and be like, yeah, you know what? I probably shouldn't have said it, but I didn't say anything that was untrue. Hackett fucked up Denver last year. Everybody knows he did. You know what I mean? Like he can't fucking run from that.
I think he only apologized because the Shield got involved. I believe they probably made a phone call and said, at the end of the day, we can't have that. Because I don't think Sean Payton's the type that will go back and apologize. He says what he says. That's why I was shocked. But here's the thing that I don't understand with the Jets drama with all of this. Like, how can a team have all this drama just to win 6 games?
Oh, my God.
Who's creating the drama? Is it them or is it the outside, though? What if the Jets done to create drama?
100%. Doesn't matter.
You're making it seem like there's drama inside the building, which is so false. It's the outside creating the drama.
But 6 games, y'all shouldn't even respond. Y'all ain't relevant.
We're getting asked the questions. You got to answer them.
You don't, though. You don't. And that's the thing. And I'm not saying it, but the Jets got a chance to do something this year. We know that, right? They've, like Dan said, they probably got the best defense in the AFC East. You've got, you've got Aaron Rodgers there. Now, he's not prime Aaron Rodgers, but he's still better than most quarterbacks in the NFL, right? And I understand that Nathaniel Hackett and Bill Belichick are not on the same pedigree, but when they would ask Belichick about, what Rex Ryan would say about him, because Rex Ryan talked a lot of shit about Belichick, and they would list everything, and Belichick would say, Rex a good coach, and I respect him, and they got a good team over there, and they move on. You know what I mean? He didn't come on and go, there's a code of ethics. There's an unwritten rule in the fraternity that we do. That's fucking what Hackett was saying. Like, he called him out for speaking out of school, where coaches have no problem saying bad things about players, but other coaches aren't allowed to say things about other coaches.
I also think the reason Sean Payton did it is he wanted to save Russell Wilson, and he wanted to spin the narrative and make it seem like Russell Wilson had no fault in this. It was all in the coaching staff. Russell Wilson did nothing wrong. I think that's another thing that we're missing from this Sean Payton thing, is he wanted to make sure that Russell Wilson, his guy that he is linked up with and linked arms with for the next however long they're together, is go smooth as possible. And he wants to make sure Russell Wilson knows that he's defending him and all these things. So I think, obviously, Nathaniel Hackett, everything Sean Payton said was factual. Like, what he did was a disaster. But I just didn't think it needed to be said. The way he said it, was just totally just out of pocket. Like, you don't say that in those types of ways, in my opinion, especially when you have a quarterback. That's what it seems like to me. He's just trying to make Russell Wilson feel like, I got your back. It wasn't you. You did nothing wrong. It was all in the coaching staff, because now you're my guy and I'm going to fix you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, it was definitely a surprise as far as the NFL news was concerned. I mean, I see why people are excited about Hackett, especially since Aaron Rodgers speaks so highly of him at the end of the day. But honestly, when you look at his resume, that's really all he has are those great years under Aaron Rodgers by himself. I swear to God, if all four of us were at one point the offensive coordinator with a quarterback like Aaron Rodgers, we would probably be interviewing for head coaching positions next year.
Dude, it's why I say he's Josh McDaniels.
Yeah.
Look at Josh McDaniels with and without Tom Brady. He's a different guy altogether.
And luckily, the Jets don't have Hackett without Rodgers. They got Hackett with Rodgers, baby.
And that's fine. And that's fine. I'm telling you, because he knows how to manage Aaron Rodgers. Like Josh McDaniels, Brady had his best years under McDaniels, and he had a few other offensive coordinators. But you get a little bit more respect that you probably don't deserve across the league because of who your quarterback is.
No, it's true. He went to, he got hired to be the Broncos head coach because of the job that he did with Rodgers, and it was an absolute nightmare. And also, similar to McDaniels, I'm sure you would agree, Ray, some coaches are just not meant to be head coaches, but they're great coordinators. True. I think it's also that simple. True. You could be a great coordinator. Like Todd Bowles is another example. Todd Bowles, excellent defensive coordinator, horrible head coach. It's just the reality for some coaches.
Well, Rex Ryan's, in my opinion, like a top 10 DC of all time. If you really look at him, his total resume. If you really look, I know you guys I know the Jets went to a couple AFC championships, but if you look in the grand scheme of things, he was a disaster as a head coach. He ruined Mark Sanchez, who I really thought had a chance to do something. Buffalo was an unmitigated disaster there. But as a DC, he's phenomenal. To me, he's a top 10 DC of all time.
Yeah, agree. Let's get to some super chats. We got who's worried about after the 24-25 season. What does he mean by that? The league's not going to be here anymore?
I don't know, but that's when the Patriots, I feel, are going to come into their stride. 2026, baby. That's what I'm looking forward to.
2026, the return of the Pats.
After the 2025 draft and we get a new quarterback, we're good. That's when we hit our stride. Actually, can I actually do this? And I want to throw something out at you guys.
Michael says, Saleh is a defensive-minded guy. Hackett's your OC, or do I have my info mixed up? Just saying, hope he remembers what timeouts are. Yeah, I mean, the Jets have Saleh worrying about the timeouts and the clock management, but I know what you're saying. Saleh's a defensive-minded guy, but he's the head coach. So the point is, Hackett doesn't have to worry about time management, doesn't have to worry about timeouts. That's all on Robert Saleh and his time management coach, who were pretty good last year, by the way. And then before you go, Ray, we got a couple more super chats. Oh my God, another 50 burger.
King Cat.
Jeez, King Cat. Thank you, man. I bet Saleh called Sean and told him he'd beat the F out of him. He's running his mouth. Saleh did that to Rex, and Rex apologized for his dumb comments. I remember that. Rex Ryan called out Saleh publicly on Get Up, and then Saleh called him individually. Didn't go to the media, didn't run to him. Saleh called him. talk to him. And then the next day, Rex Ryan runs to it, spoke to coach, and then completely changed his mind on him. So I wish I could hear what the hell Saleh had to say to Rex.
And so I think that, like, when it comes down to like actual fist fights, like, I would probably like put my money on Saleh to like go through the whole bracket. Like, there's like really like not like a lot of head coaches where I think that could like take Saleh hand to hand.
Did you see that picture that Damian Woody? Oh, I gotta find it, dude. It's hilarious.
Now him and Sean McDermott might be interesting, since like Sean like was like a wrestler back in college, but like Saleh's a unit, bro. Like, maybe him and
McDermott's too old now. I'd like to see him and what's his name, Dan Campbell. That would be the fight.
Him and Dan Campbell would be fight night, bro.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Yo,
someone said Sean Payton this and made
relax on the trend, Rob. Holy shit!
Why y'all sleeping on Mike McDaniel, man?
Oh, you are out of your mind,
Mike McDaniel.
You are out of your mind.
Man, Mike McDaniel, OG.
I'd like to see Dan Campbell and Saleh, though, just go at it.
Yeah, Dan Campbell's a good one. See you week 1, Dan. Hashtag take flight. Hashtag bring the tables. Let's go, Tony.
I think that means that my boy is coming to the event.
Yes, he will. See you
there,
Tony.
Boy, dude, listen, man, I'm so excited about that. By the way, how many more tickets do we have for the full package? Still 4?
4 left.
4 tickets, guys. Full package. AFC East Roundtable event. Get them while they last.
4 tickets left for week 1. Bills, Jets.
Get them while they
hang
last.
out with me. Hang out with Tyson. Hang out with Dan and TD. We're going to be live. We're going to be at all-inclusive tailgate. Let's get it going. Tickets down below in the description. Scott says Sean Payton has done nothing without Drew Brees.
I know, like 2 seasons of it. It's crazy.
Slippin' Jimmy. Sean Payton going to be exposed when Russ continues to be washed. Overrated coach, too scared to stay with Saints, and once Brees left.
Nah, y'all, Denver gonna be good this year. I don't care what nobody say. Think Sean Payton finna let them go out like that?
I mean, so I think it's gonna be different because I think that he's gonna try and build that team around his overall offensive vision. So I think he's gonna run into some roadblocks. I don't see him winning or making the playoffs this year, but next year for sure.
Well, I see him beating the Jets.
Oh yeah, that's just you hoping they beat the Jets. That's
all of us play them, right?
Yeah, we all play the AFC West.
Yep.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, they'll probably go.
Patriots living in the dumpster for the next decade.
Scott,
if that was a troll on me, you wasted money, bud.
Well, thanks, bro.
I mean, Ray, if I told you, like, when you were 5 years old, you get to witness, or however old you were when they first won their first Super Bowl, you're going to witness a 6 Super Bowl dynasty, but then they're going to be trash for the rest of your life. You'd sign up.
So first of all, I was 14. I wasn't.
14.
Yeah, I was a Patriot fan pre-Tom Brady, which is something I actually hold a lot of pride in. Just so everybody knows, it's a lot.
Bledsoe days.
It's a lot of pride I take. Yeah, I was a huge dude. I hated Belichick. My dad and I remember my dad, and I love going back to this story because I plug him all the time about it. My dad and I sitting there watching the Super Bowl when the Rams tied it up, and my dad saying to me, "This fucking Belichick bum playing this Brady kid over Bledsoe, fucking after Bledsoe gets him there because Bledsoe played the AFC Championship game." I bring it up all the time, that Belichick bum who picked Brady over Bledsoe.
That
it worked.
Belichick bum who picked Brady over Bledsoe. What a quote.
Wow. Hey, Dan, how old were you when y'all went to the Super Bowl?
So I was born in 91. So I was around for the last 2. Except for I don't remember, man. My childhood was the drought.
So I was 5 or 6 when the Bills went to the Super Bowl. I remember that Michael Jackson halftime show.
No, I said when they won.
Ah, okay, yeah. You're still flexing that black and white television horse and buggy Super Bowl parade.
TD, how old were you the last time the Dolphins won a playoff game?
Adam and Eve, Dan.
And so TD was negative 37 when the Dolphins won the Super Bowl.
Hey, but we got one. We got one. At least I root for a story.
I don't think I've been alive for a Dolphins playoff win.
Let's see.
How many years has it been?
Dolphins won? Yeah. Yo, actually, I'm curious.
Well, Richie, you 6 years old, so.
Oh, 6 wins for the Jets. 6 years old for me. Pick a new number, TD.
Listen, we're not talking about playoff wins. We talk about franchises that actually have a Lombardi in the case.
So, yo, Richie, what year were you born?
98.
98. So Richie was 1.5 the last time the Dolphins won a playoff game. For further context, ladies and gentlemen, and so Richie couldn't even speak in full sentences.
Ben, how old were you when y'all won a Super Bowl? In the beginning.
Man, get out of here, bro.
I think McDermott takes him down ground and pound.
I believe, though, there's a stat that in the last 30 years, the Indianapolis Colts have won the AFC East more than the Buffalo Bills have. I think it's 30 years. That's the stat.
I want to here. Okay, let me see.
Hey, get that to me, Ray. I need it.
So the AFC Ray, so say it again. So the Colts won it since?
I think in the last 30 years.
Okay, last 30 years. Let's double check this.
I think that the Colts have won it more than the.
Okay, so let's get it done. I'm actually fact checking this.
Yeah, look that up. It was a stat I used to use all the time when I was talking to Bills fans.
Dan, if this is true, you can't talk for the rest of the show, bro.
So last time Colts won it was in 87.
No, they won it in 95. They won it in 2000.
So Bills won it in 95.
They won it in 2000.
Seriously, really?
Yeah.
So right now I'm looking at the Wikipedia and I'm seeing
they won it in 95, 96, 2000. Oh, okay. Maybe you guys won more in the last 30 years.
Yeah, because I know the Bills definitely won 95.
Man.
Here, you know what? And so I'll go ahead and I'll share the screen real fast. Let's see that, just so we can educate into these trolls over here in the live chat. So I got all of this.
Where am I? Division champ. So I was looking at the wrong place here. Hold on. Colts won it in 99.
Okay.
Won in 99. Okay, never mind. Don't worry.
Look at that.
Yeah. Because I know I used to make fun of them because up until 2019, the Colts had won it more recently than the Bills.
Yep.
Just got over the hump.
Yeah, you just got over. Anyways, can I throw something out at you guys? It's not really an East thing. It's more of a football thing, but it's I threw this out on our radio show last week, and we actually had a conversation about it. We were talking about quarterbacks. We were talking about Mac Jones in particular, because in a couple of years, he's going to be up for contract, and we figure he's going to be asking for Kirk Cousins type of money. And I'm really not comfortable in paying a guy like Mac Jones or Kirk Cousins, because you're now taking up a ton of salary, right, for a guy who's going to be mid. Let's face it. He's never going to win you a game. You're going to have to surround him with great talent to be successful. So I have this theory. So I put this thing on the table. Unless you have a Patrick Mahomes, you know what I mean? That's he's just a guy who can win you Super Bowl on his own. Josh Allen.
Oh.
Every 5 years.
Josh Allen.
Or every 4 years, you just draft a new quarterback. That's what I put out there.
You know what, Ray? I've been studying that, exactly what you've been talking about with these young quarterbacks and whether it's worth it or not. And a lot of people say, I've been studying this for 8 years now. It goes back to Russell Wilson. I told everybody about Russell Wilson. I said, as soon as he get his money, he won't win another championship in Seattle. They may win one playoff game. And as soon as he got his money and that talent couldn't surround him, it wasn't worth it. And I said, they need to trade him now. What did they do? They gave him a new contract. He came up for renewal again. I said, they need to trade him now. Everybody argue with me. What, you're just going to let him go? Yeah. At the end, but it's a habit that I don't think will ever be broken until a general manager comes out and just, shatters the mold and create a new atmosphere at the quarterback position. Because what people aren't talking about is the fact that 10 years later, for almost 90% of all teams, you realize they were not a franchise quarterback. They may have made it to the next deal, but you realize they weren't a franchise quarterback. When you go back to the Andy Daltons, the Ryan Tannehills, just all those guys, when you really look at it, you're either a dog right away or you're not a franchise quarterback. And don't get me wrong, I think there are more dogs in the league now than ever before. But no, man.
So So here's the deal. One thing I do want to say, like right before I give you the whole strategy of what I think is better, I think Mac Jones going into year 3, first off, like I wouldn't even look at last year as any sort of trajectory of where his overall ability is going into. Like, dude literally had a defensive coordinator calling him offensive plays last year, right? Like Matt Patricia had no idea what the hell he was doing with that offense, right? This year under Bill O'Brien, then maybe I can go on ahead and label Mac Jones as a bust or whether or not that he is promising. So even as a Bills fan who hates the Patriots, I could care less if they lost every single game for the rest of their franchise history. But I'm not going to jump to the conclusion that I think that he is a bust. So am I going to say that I see him being a future top 5 quarterback? No, but I think that a lot was left on the table from last year, and I think it's skewed.
But when you look around the league, when I go back to my original point, when you look around the league at the Joe Burrows and all those guys, do you see Mac Jones ever being a top 10?
No.
Because my theory is if your quarterback's not going to be a top 10, but he's going to be taking up 40% of your salary cap or whatever that number is, when he's taking up a high salary cap, and now you can't have dogs around him, I don't want to pay him.
Well, Ray,
I just don't.
He can be a top 10. But that's if you do. Once again, you got to do what Miami's doing now with Tua. Go get a $30 million receiver and another first rounder in Waddle. You got to go spend money on Connor and Armstead. You got to go load up around them. But then when they get the money and they don't have all that around them, or you do keep everything around them, but the defense sucks and the team is in a constant state of 8-9, or 9-7. It's a juggling effect, and I don't think people realize that. And for Mac Jones, y'all are just going to have to, if he has a good year this year, you're going to have to do the 5th-year option.
Yep.
But at some point, if you realize he's not going to be able to carry the team, I don't understand the insanity with people. If you can't carry the team a little bit, it just got to be a little. If you can't do it a little, then you're not the franchise quarterback. You can't give him $50 million and then ask him to carry the team.
So do you think that Mac Jones would be the guy that would ask for a contract that exorbitant, though? Like,
I don't know. And this wasn't just Mac Jones. It was just a general, like, I'm using Mac Jones, but like you look at Kirk Cousins. Would you pay Kirk Cousins the money he gets paid? No, right? Like, and that's what I'm saying. So I'm looking at those type of quarterbacks, and TD was listing them, the Andy Daltons of the world. Do you know what I mean? Like these guys who are never on their own going to win you a Super Bowl. So why are you paying them franchise money? I understand. I understand you're not going to pay Kirk Cousins what you pay Patrick Mahomes, but you're still paying them franchise money, and now you have to surround them. And I told my partner last week, I said, if the Patriots get to a point that they got to pay $30 million for a receiver because that's what Mac Jones needs to be a top 10 quarterback, I can't accept that because the offensive line is going to hurt. And the one example I always put out, and I really, really mean this, do you know how many fucking Super Bowls the Indianapolis Colts would have won if they had a defense and didn't spend all their money on offense? Like, this Patriots dynasty may not have even existed at that point because it would have been the Colts every year.
It's true. I agree. And, there's
Brady's
another
proof.
Good take.
Brady's proof. Look at the money you spent on him.
Who?
Brady. He's proof. You didn't have to spend as much on him.
And look exactly what's going on right in front of our eyes. Why don't you just trade for a 4-time MVP Super Bowl winning quarterback, and he just gives you up the largest NFL pay cut in NFL history?
I'll tell you what scared the hell out of me, though, was Patrick Mahomes talking this week about looking at his contract.
Yeah,
and
he was talking about Brady.
And taking the Tom Brady approach.
That's the smart way to do it, man.
That's
the smart way to do it. You see what Aaron Rodgers just did? I mean, we're talking about contracts. Aaron Rodgers came to the Jets and gave up $35 million. Did you hear why he did it? Oh, in today's NFL world, back in 2005 when I got in the league, this wasn't the case, but at the trade deadline, good players become available. Yep. Aaron Rodgers is putting the team first, and he's committing to this team long-term because he actually is in an organization that kind of he embodies and he kind of has a connection with. Everybody always says Rodgers is an egomaniac. He's a bad person. He never did anything right by the Green Bay Packers organization. And Ray brought up the Indianapolis Colts. How about this Green Bay Packers organization? When we start looking at them, that they've not ruined, but they did not take advantage of having a Hall of Fame quarterback. The Green Bay Packers had
one pay cut with them either, though.
He wasn't taking a pay cut with Green Bay.
Not a pay cut, but they never established.
He was taking a lot of money.
Yeah,
but taking a lot of money.
The one year they had a good defense, they won a Super Bowl. That was the one year they had a good defense. And
but
they won a Super Bowl.
Remember, how much was he getting paid when they won it?
Very little.
And that's what the problem is. Once he got paid, it's hard to build a real good team around guys.
Yeah, but they never even drafted a receiver in the first couple of rounds ever when he was even on the team.
Yeah,
So,
and
because they
never
gave
did it
him
for
the
Brady.
big money and hope that he could carry him.
So they tried to build a defense around him. That's what they tried to do. It didn't work, but that's what they tried to do in Green Bay.
The benefit for you guys, Richie, say he didn't take a pay cut. You're still in a benefit range because you have so many first 4-year players not making great money. So y'all have a window you can take advantage of having a great quarterback and a whole bunch of young players. Now, when they get their money, you ain't gonna be able to afford a Rodgers type guy, but y'all already know that because you only expect 2-3 years max. But y'all are in the perfect situation, Richie. And then for him to take a pay cut on top of that, I ain't gonna lie. When he did, I pay attention to this type of stuff. That's like 2 more low-key players that make the difference.
Yep.
Like that extra linebacker that gets there a second early that stops that 3rd and 1.
It's the Kyle Van Noy. It's the Kyle Van Noy's, that you take from Detroit, and he just becomes that final Super Bowl piece. Look, I think the Patriots are coming 4th in the AFC East, so when Rodgers took the cut, it didn't that doesn't strike fear into me, only because I know I got to deal with that for 2 or 3 years, and I don't see the Patriots. You know what I mean? They're as far as I'm still building. The Mahomes one scares the hell out of me because that's in the 10 to 12 years.
Ray, I can't even believe you brought it up because when I heard it, it terrified me too, because at the end of the day, we talk about arguably the greatest quarterback in the NFL taking the Brady route. And I'm telling y'all, he basically, and I've been telling people this for 10 years now, Brady didn't take the money because he wanted a better team around him so that he could have a dynasty, because the day he walks off the football field, he'll make 10 times more money he did on it. And certain guys, if they're that good and they take that route, those championships and becoming one of the greatest of all time is going to get you paid at a level when you leave like no other. And Mahomes doing that is the scariest thing ever, because this man just won a Super Bowl getting rid of Tyreek Hill.
And won MVP.
And a league MVP, Super Bowl MVP.
And telling his team, I'm
going to virtually no wide receiver, by the way, either. No credible wide receiver on that
Travis Kelce.
And doing it on one leg.
Yeah, I mean, you guys watch quarterback on Netflix?
Come on, bro.
Watching quarterback on Netflix makes me even that much more scared of the Chiefs, just for the terms of the Jets actually have a Super Bowl window here. That is the first time I've ever said that in my entire life, by the way. And shit, how are they gonna make it if they have to get through Mahomes? You know what I mean? The AFC's stacked.
And that's the issue, right? See, with the Patriots, that was the always thing. We always had Brady. Say what you want about Brady, we always had Brady. Brady not being here showed what Brady meant to this team. So we always had Brady. So we knew we had a chance. You know what I mean? And when you know you have a chance and a couple good things happen, and listen, you got to get lucky along the way, right? I say that all the time. When you look at the Patriots, you got to get lucky along the way. You also got to be good to be lucky. You got to put yourself in that position to be there.
True.
And now that's where the Chiefs are right now. He's going to give them a chance by himself every year. Now he takes the Brady route and takes pay cuts. Fuck.
See, I have to address this comment in the comment section. So somebody says, TD, what's to say Tua won't do the same thing? People need to understand there are levels to this. Mahomes taking a pay cut and Tua taking a pay cut. Mahomes is still Mahomes, though.
Yeah.
People think that, I don't know, the baseline is still different. Tua's not Mahomes, not even close. And at the end of the day, it would help the team and what's around Tua to make him better, and maybe he can make the playoffs every year. If you want to take a pay cut and have weapons around you so that you can be competitive every year and you look good every year, we need that. Dolphin fans, we love Tua to do that. But that still don't mean that whenever we're in the AFC Championship, mano and mano versus the Chiefs, that it's going to make a difference.
And so, by the way, just including Tua and Pat Mahomes, in the exact same sentence is absolutely mind-blowing to me.
I always tell people when the teams are loaded the same, it always comes down to the quarterback.
Yep. We did the math last week. We actually did the math, and Patrick Mahomes is on pace to break every quarterback record outside of rushing. He is on pace to break every single positive record outside of the rushing.
I'm shocked.
Outside all-time rushing.
Only thing I'm happy about is the fact that two of the best quarterbacks in this division.
Oh,
but I'm not going to go that far.
King Cat, I'm going to cut him off. The only pay cut that Tua is going to take is him getting benched by Mike White. By the way, I am just waiting for
White
TD.
Season.
I am waiting for TD to turn on Tua and start the Mike White train. If he hasn't done it already, it's coming. I know it's
I'm not turning. Tua's winning the Super Bowl this year.
Oh, baby. I love it. Okay, King Cat, thank you so much for the donation, my friend. Cannot thank you enough. But, folks, we do have an announcement to make. We do have a new proud sponsor who is going to be our proud sportsbook sponsor throughout the entire season. We are so excited to announce this sponsorship. It just so happens to be BetUS. You guys remember BetUS from last year? They are the official sportsbook sponsor of the AFC East Roundtable. It's an exciting stuff, guys. We are really, really happy to announce this partnership. So if you guys want to use our link, I'm about to put it into the chat right now. If you click that link, you will get a 125% sign-up bonus. So basically what that means, say, for example, you put $100 in, you get $225 total to play with. So if I want to highlight these odds on BetUS right now. Now, the reason why we're doing these is because it's about the AFC East.
It's sportsbook season, baby. Sportsbook season.
They got the Buffalo Bills as the favorites to win the division at plus 130. And they got the Jets.
We make a decision.
They got the Jets right behind them, though, at plus 230, above the Dolphins. And then they got the Dolphins at plus 300. And then, Ray, they got the Patriots down there at plus 750 if you want to put some money on that.
That's way too much juice. The Patriots.
So be smart, people. Make the money.
Now, you were saying that they have like spreads for tomorrow night too, right?
Yes, they do.
And so the preseason, listen, man, like that's like true degenerate stuff right
there. Are we really going to promote
going ahead and betting on the preseason? Oh, man, that's me.
Put your house on the Jets money line. Robert Saleh is like 8-1 in the preseason. We don't lose in the preseason, baby. Zach Wilson's about to light it up in the Hall of Fame game. Darrelle Revis and Joe Klecko's going into the Hall of Fame. They ain't losing. We have Zach Wilson starting. He's the star of preseason. Yeah.
What a flex, Richie. What a flex.
So first off, I got to say, like, betting on the preseason, like, not that I'm above it because I do it each and every single season. I love sports gambling, but definitely do it responsibly. Like, definitely don't go putting your mortgage on any of these things. But this is an incredible sports book. This game tomorrow night, first off, thank God football is coming back. I think the only thing I'm going to take is the under. And so at this point, is 33.5 because, yes, we'll probably get, like, starters in, like, the first couple of drives in the first, and then afterwards.
No starters tomorrow, Dan.
Oh. So second string, excuse me. So Zach Wilson was what I was thinking about from there. But literally by, like, the second, third, or the fourth quarter by itself, it's just going to be a bunch of Foot Locker employees that are hoping that they can make the team starting about the second. So I feel like it's going to be a lot of sloppy football. As far as my bet from this situation, I'm taking the under. I feel like that's the only thing that I could confidently say I'm walking away with some dough. That's me.
This is the Hall of Fame game, right?
Yeah. It is.
Isn't the average score of the Hall of Fame game like 10-7? Isn't that like, aren't they always low-scoring, boring games? I'm taking the under as well. If my memory is correct, they're always just low-scoring games.
Yeah, it's true.
Let's see.
Because that's when no starters play, and it's just the first ever game, early in August. It's fun for the fans because it's like the first game of football of the season, and everyone watches it, and then they're like, oh, my God, I don't know any of these players. Who cares?
A little bit of history for you guys, though. In the year 2000, the New England Patriots strutted out their third-string quarterback, Tom Brady, to make his NFL debut in the
for the Hall of Fame game.
In the Hall of Fame game.
Wow.
That's cool. Well,
yeah. Hey. Last year was Raiders and Jags. It was 27-11. In 2021, it was Steelers 16-3. 2019, 14-10. August 2nd, 2018, 16-17, 18-20. Hammer the under, ladies and gents.
Yeah, under.
Hey, man, I'm happy the Jets are in this Hall of Fame game because if you guys know what qualifies you to get into the Hall of Fame game is you have to have people getting inducted into the Hall of Fame. And the Jets have two people being into the Hall of Fame this year, which is going to be Darrelle Revis and Joe Klecko, which is exciting times for the Jets fans all across the world. We've been waiting for Joe Klecko to be inducted forever. And then Darrelle Revis, first ballot Hall of Famer. Let's freaking go. But
New England Patriots, Super Bowl champion, the New England Patriots.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That's why he's getting in.
Zach Thomas, baby. Zach Thomas.
So futures, I'm very interested in because I have some like very hot takes about like division winners this year. I'm just kind of curious to see how much money I would make because I'm just going to pull the trigger tonight. I'm going to pull the trigger tonight.
The Bills are at plus 460 to win the AFC. Guys, everybody in the chat, I want to see some spicy stuff. Oh, Dolphins fans, you think you're going to the Super Bowl? Yeah? Go put it on it. It's at plus 1,000 for them to win the get to the Super Bowl. Come on now.
Easy money.
Let's see.
Oh my God!
The Jets at plus 900.
Don't take gambling advice from TD, guys. Please.
Easy money. Dolphins plus 1,000.
Don't take.
Man.
I mean, honestly, say that you do take gambling advice from TD. I just don't even like.
Is this for the win the conference championship, or is this just to be the top of the conference?
So win the conference championship, they are representing the AFC in the Super Bowl.
No, it's to win the AFC. It's to win the AFC conference. That means it's to come first overall. That's not AFC
it's to win the AFC conference. No, I think this means to get into the Super Bowl, like win
so
the conference, like conference championship.
Yeah. So I think it's like that.
Those odds are way too low at 350. To win an AFC championship game at this time of year, you're looking a minimum of like plus 1,000. This is to win the conference. This is to win the AFC, not the AFC championship game. It's come first in the AFC.
So, but nobody wins the AFC until the winner is decided by the AFC championship, though, right? Because
because someone comes first. Someone comes first every year. Someone wins the conference every year before the AFC championship.
Oh no, yeah, they're not talking about who's the number one seed. They're talking about who actually
won the AFC championship.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty convinced on that. Okay, so as far as hot takes are concerned, man, honestly, I'm not. Wow, dude, holy hell, they have all these games already lined up.
Wait a
They
second.
have every single game already. Holy shit!
All right, the New York Jets are gonna beat these San Francisco 49ers in the Super Bowl. Woo! Plus 9,500.
Oh my God! Listen, I'm going Bills Niners. What's Bills Niners?
Bills winning.
Yeah, Bills beat the Niners. What's that? Talk to me. It's probably not that good.
Plus 9,500. That's
the Niners beat the Bills. That's plus
5,500. So $1. I win with $5,500.
Well, that's if the Bills lose in the Super Bowl. Where is it? Yeah, they don't have the Bills winning the Super Bowl at all in this. So sorry, Dan. It's not. Even
it's because they would go bankrupt.
Take the Patriots. Take the Patriots to beat the Lions. That's the bet right there.
TD, who are the Dolphins beating in the Super Bowl?
The Browns to beat the Rams. Holy shit!
This is to beat another team in the Super Bowl.
It has to be you guess exactly who the Dolphins are beating
in the Super Bowl.
In the Super Bowl, who are they beating in the Super Bowl?
I would probably have to go with, let me see.
Is Miami and the Niners?
No, I'm going to go with the
Falcons.
Oh, take Miami and the Panthers. That seems like the
Lions might be interesting too.
It'll be Miami Eagles.
Miami Eagles. All right, that's plus 1,100. You put $100 down, you win 11.
Plus 11,000.
It's 11 grand.
Let me ask him, who in their fucking right mind is going to bet Miami versus the Panthers? Who's putting money on that game?
So $1 has to sort of help you out with a massive.
You got to.
Win. Yeah.
And then they're going to stop you.
I'll put $1 on that.
This is cool. You can
I
bet.
feel like they're going to minimum you out. So they're going to maximize you out somewhere because you just bet $1 on everything and win huge money.
Jets 17-0 at plus 10,000.
Yo, look at all these futures, dude.
BetUS is killing it, man. They got a lot of fun future bets.
Oh my!
I'm gonna bet them to get 13 wins.
I'd say 12, man.
Yeah,
I'd say
12 at plus 900 is the best odds. That's what I'd be betting.
I think 12 is the best in my opinion. That's me, but it's up to you.
When you're looking at smart money, that plus
but
900.
let people know about the bonus though, so that they don't lose out.
Yeah, so guys, basically you see how it says here, make a first deposit of 200, you play with 450. So that basically means you get a 125% sign up bonus. So you put $100 down, you get $225 to play with. So you basically get free money on top of the money you deposit. So you put $100 down from your bank account, and then you get $125 additional dollars, which becomes $225. But the only way you get access to that is if you click that link that's pinned at the top of the chat. So make sure you guys click that link right now, sign up for BetUS for your boys, and just know that without your guys helping our relationships with these brand deals, this is what makes our content take another step into the next level. So a great way to support the channel. We always ask you guys to hit the like button. We ask you to subscribe. This is another way you guys can help out the channel by really being, engaged with our brand deals because we're really fortunate to be able to be sponsoring this great company of BetUS.
Exactly.
So shout out to BetUS.
So fun fact as well. So like we are going to make this a surprise for the most part, but we've really been sitting down and thinking about this overall content schedule we are giving you. And ladies and gents, and so we're giving you a lot of shows, like starting in just a couple of weeks, like not just once, like 4 to 5 times, maybe even more a week. One of those shows is going to be a gambling show, a sportsbook show, where we're literally going through our damn picks. Working title. I was thinking maybe The Degenerates Anonymous. And so I feel like that's a fantastic title for the show. But regardless, guys, I know 1,000% that once the show is over, I'm going to be putting in a shit ton of futures. So Jags are going to be the first seed of the AFC playoffs this year, and the Browns win the AFC North.
Gosh, the Jags. What is wrong with y'all in these Jags?
Yo, bro, listen, look at the Jags schedule and point out more than 4 losses. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, gosh. Tennessee twice.
Schedule and point out more than 4 losses. You can't.
Tennessee twice. Let's start there.
It's a Tennessee with Tannehill, bro. Come on, bro.
Well, somehow they smoked
no one's scared of
y'all.
Tannehill.
Somehow they smoked y'all.
No one's scared. Oh, yeah, what, like 3 years ago, fool?
It don't matter. Like, hey,
so bad that when your team is so
was it Tannehill?
Destitute against Buffalo Bills. Bro, how embarrassing is it? Is that you flex on another team to do what
as long as they beat y'all.
To do what you
can do, man.
As
long as they beat Buffalo.
Like, that's like getting beat up, but then like 3 days later, your big brother comes up and like roughs up your bully, and like you're like, oh yeah, man, you remember when my brother came up?
We beat y'all the first game
revenge?
of the season.
It's so embarrassing.
We beat y'all the first game of the season.
Congratulations, bro. 9-2 since Josh Allen, dude. Congratulations. Hang the damn banner.
That's all right.
Hang the damn banner, dude.
All right. We're going to sweep y'all this year. You swept. You as good as swept.
Guys, listen, if anyone has time, please go back in the history of the AFC East Roundtable and clip every single time TD has said that sentence. There's at least
this time is different, Dan.
Of course. And then clip that one as well, because we've heard that as well.
In fairness, Dan, nobody has typed in Eli Manning into Twitter towards me than Buffalo Bills fans. Like throughout the years.
Eli Manning?
Yeah, nobody throughout the years has just wrote Eli Manning to me than Bills fans. And I'm like, you won 3 games last year. Why are you flexing the Giants?
Right, dude? Come on, man. Come on.
Damn Giants. Boo.
Stop flexing the Giants
this year. We're versing that whole NFC East this year.
I mean, the Bills are the only team actually in New York, right?
True.
No, they're closer to you, right? They're Canada. They're not New York.
We put up a big wall.
We
built a wall.
There were Canada, New York. You can see the city from MetLife Stadium. You see the greatest city in the world, the skyline. What the heck do you see over there in Orchard
South
Park?
Korea? And so North Korea, and so can see into South Korea. That doesn't mean they're in South Korea. I'm saying?
Yeah, but like it's New York.
The DMZ is right there, but they're not a part of South Korea.
You're like 50. How many miles away from you are you from New York City? Like New York.
So by the way, guys, I did want to call a few people out already. I am looking at the chat right now. 407 people watching. This is awesome. We love you guys. But there's only 168 like buttons. Hit right now, guys. Listen, hitting the like button is free. It takes less than a second. And it really allows us to take this channel to the next level by introducing our content to a wide variety of other internet users who enjoy hearing 4 dudes argue about football for 2 hours every single Wednesday. So do me a favor, hit that like button. If you are really vibing with us, we would sincerely appreciate that. Easiest, free, and best way to support us. Indeed.
That's the way to freaking do it. How many likes do we even have?
It was only like 168.
Well, now we got 186, but we should get to 200, no?
I mean, I feel like we should be at 250 in like literally 30 seconds.
We should, man. Well, guys, I also have another announcement. I told you guys last week that we are redoing our Discord, and it's redone, baby. So if you guys want to join our Discord, we're not making a new one. We're just kind of rebranding it, adding more channels and adding more interactive abilities. So if you guys want to join the Discord, make sure you guys click that link in the chat, man. We would really appreciate each and every one of you guys tuning into the Discord, because that's our opportunity to kind of stay connected with you guys, because I don't want to just be talking to the chat, once or twice or 3 times a week when we're live. Like when we're off the live show, I want to be connected with you guys and talk crap and send my Jets takes and tell them that the Jets are going to freaking win the AFC East this year. First time saying it on this channel, Ray. Give me a break, okay? I've never said that before in my life. So if you guys want to join Discord, join Discord. We love to have you guys. Click that link in the chat. So we're going to be getting into the back end of the stream. right now. Ray, you got to get out of here, Ray?
I got a couple minutes, but
got a couple more minutes?
Pretty soon. Yeah.
Cool, man. Just let me know. Just
no issue, bro. We appreciate you coming on and filling in tonight.
Yeah, man.
We love you here.
The only team to play, practice, and pay taxes in NY is the Buffalo Bills. No other NFL team, not the Giants or the Jets. Nah, I still just don't. I went to college upstate, man. That's not New York. That's like some weird, like, nothing. What the heck is there to do up there, Dan? It's just nothingness. There's no Rochester. People up there called Rochester the city. You're talking about
good neighbors, bro.
Rochester's not the city. There's only one the city. Okay, it's New York City.
And so wings and blue cheese run through our veins, dog. We're the city of good neighbors, bro.
Pizza, bagels,
Buffalo,
delis, bacon, egg, and cheeses.
Don't you dare diss my city, dog.
And listen, first of all, I am not someone that is proud of the Jets being in New Jersey. Okay, I am so upset that the Jets are in Jersey.
Move them to the city.
And there was a freaking vote. Do you guys even know this? There was a vote for the Jets to be put in Manhattan, Hudson Yards, and they vetoed it.
Should have did it.
They vetoed it, Dan. That was my dream. The stadium would be built by now. We have our own stadium. Like, come on, man. And we're stuck in Jersey. That shitty, crap, MetLife air conditioning look stadium. Okay?
It's not that bad, is it?
But it's actually dying.
So we're about to be going to that stadium and sitting down. It's that shitty? I've never been to MetLife.
It's terrible. The reason why it's shitty, Dan, is because when it came out, it was presented as this new state-of-the-art stadium. And then now look at all the new state-of-the-art stadiums 10 years ago. Vegas, Dallas, LA, like those stadiums don't even compare.
What should I expect? Like
a giant air conditioner in the middle of a parking lot.
So am I going to see like rats like scurrying next to me when I'm walking up to our seats?
We're not.
Dan, you ever been to Toronto?
I have.
You ever been to the Sky Dome?
I have. Yeah, but like a long time ago, and I was like 9 or 10 years old.
Okay, so the Sky Dome, when it came out back in the 80s, was state of the art. Now it's a joke. When you look at all the other ballparks, that's how I compare MetLife.
Interesting. All right.
Just outdated.
Didn't somebody just get a lot of money from the city or state?
Who?
Didn't one of your teams just get $850 million?
That's the Buffalo Bills, baby, for our new stadium.
From the state of New York.
all like 80% of taxpayers in New York City and Long Island, we're paying for what? What the heck's going on up there? No one cares about what's going. We're paying money for a damn Buffalo Bills stadium to be built, Dan?
Absolutely, bro. And so you're talking about America's team right now, bro. Buffalo Bills, we deserve a new stadium.
Listen, the owner is only worth $1.4 billion. I believe the taxpayers should be subsidizing this stadium. You can't live on $1.4 billion, boys.
Yeah, then there's bigger issues. But you know what? It doesn't matter because I'm looking forward to that stadium. So
congrats. You deserve it. Richie is a kid who can't color in the lines.
And so speaking of bad stadiums too, like right now, like the Ralph, like we are in desperate need of a damn upgrade. All right. So I wouldn't be surprised if the Ralph and then once you also put MetLife together, probably neck and neck.
It's called Buffalo Bills, Western New York, home of the best wings on planet Earth, and the only team that smack talks Miami fans proper. Still love you, TD.
I love it.
The Orchard Park Bills.
Super Bowl.
So somebody wanted me to talk about Dalton Kincaid. And so I'll say one statement about him right before we start letting in Patreon people. I'm not even sure if that's the point of the show right now.
It is.
But someone was hyping me up about Dalton Kincaid. And I will say this. Ladies and gents, from what I have seen, that man does not drop a pass. That man has not dropped a single pass from what I have seen. And let me tell you what, there is not a linebacker core in this division or in this damn league that is going to be able to effectively cover this guy. It's the slot threat that we've needed this entire time, and I'm excited for this guy to be the first tight end ever to win Offensive Rookie of the Year.
So he's been lighting it up in camp?
Yeah, dude, he's been killing it.
Must be the backup quarterback throwing to him. Okay.
Nope, not at all, dude. It's with Josh Allen, and like he's even getting the best of Matt Milano too, and we all know how great he is in pass coverage. So, ladies and gents, we got it.
Oh, God. We'll see. Dalton Kincaid hype.
Dalton Kincaid, bro. Kincaid. Space.
All this shit talk just to see the Chiefs win another Super Bowl.
Right?
I mean, just...
We're just sitting here in this damn division.
Don't do that, Ray.
Listen, I'm at the fucking bottom of the division. I got nothing to fight for here. I have to cheer for other teams.
Tyreek say we winning one, we winning one.
Oh, that's what it takes? He's also going to have 2,000 yards with Tua throwing the ball?
Yeah, and he said Tua better than Mahomes. Y'all better be on the watch.
I mean, he does have a point there.
Yeah, I see it.
Gosh. Well, we're going to start bringing in some Patreon members.
So we have one more super chat just came in.
Oh.
And so imagine the Bills claiming to be America's team when you have never won a Super Bowl. Sounds like in America's biggest losers, now chokers when it matters. Thank you for spending $5 to say that. That's beautiful.
Well, he is a professionally certified hater, Dan.
Hey, listen, well, you know what? I mean, he's paying to hate, dog. And so one day you might be paid to hate.
Look at that logo.
You know what I'm saying?
It's like all official and everything.
That handle's no longer available, by the way, people, if you were thinking about taking it for yourself.
A professionally certified hater. Why? Is that one of your burners, right?
No. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm paying you guys.
$5.
Why would I talk out loud when I could just send it anonymously?
Oh, that's hilarious. All right, let's bring in the first guest. Oh, it's
What
been
is-
a minute.
Where have you been, bro?
Let's
Bro.
What
What
you
is
been,
good,
bro?
guys?
Let's
up,
go.
Yo, my bad. I haven't been here in a minute. My bad.
We got the Jets fans in the house. What's up,
So I'm
bro?
looking forward to meeting you, bro, in a couple of weeks.
Yes, sir. Of course. I cannot
Gonna be a good
wait for that.
time.
That's gonna be a lot of fun. Especially.
Oh man, it's gonna be a blast for sure. So my girl's coming with me. Should I like tell her not to wear like a Bills jersey? Like I mean, I can handle it, but like, should I have my girl wear like Bills stuff or should I not? What do you think? Like from like a Jets fan in MetLife, what do you think?
I say represent. Why not?
I love it. I love
Let
it.
her-
There's gonna be a lot of Bills fans, Dan. She'll be fit.
So she's not gonna like expect like a hot dog in like the back of the head or some shit.
No.
Unless
Kristen,
you're
give me a
being
couple-
an
Even when
idiot.
we're up like 21-0, like 6
You could
minutes.
be got
into the
21
first.
and nothing and be getting blown out 50 to nothing. Yo, that's not happening.
I love it.
Ain't happening at all.
Let's make it happen. I love it. Great.
Nah,
Onward.
I just cannot wait for this freaking season to start already. It's gonna be a lot of fun to watch. So
Yo,
that
you and me
Bills
both,
game,
bro.
it's gonna be great. Let me ask y'all something.
Both, man.
When it comes to rookies doing fantasy, if you guys play this year, who are you guys looking at? Just curious.
Say that again.
Kincaid.
Besides Kincaid, Richie. Besides him.
That's what Dan
When it comes to rookies though, like for fantasy football,
Oh,
who are you, like looking at to get? Who you think would be like a big splash?
for fantasy. Well, first off, definitely Dalton Kincaid.
Yeah, besides Kincaid,
Yeah,
then-
so the 6 and the
Dalton
7,
Kincaid.
stay away from the quarterbacks. None of them really have sold me on anything like fantasy wise is concerned. So
I mean, Bijan's going early.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, except for I hate like, and so I've tried the whole running back early in fantasy for the past couple of years, and like I've been fisted with that strategy in the past. It's not good, so I'm staying away from running back.
I think I'm going to draft Jason Brownlee in our league.
So
You're taking
one
Jack-
sleeper I will say he's not
Jared or
necessarily. So one sleeper I will say he's not a rookie technically, but I think Justin Ross out of Kansas City is going to absolutely fucking be a boss this year. I really do.
I don't know his name, but same like Dan, he's not a rookie, but you can say he's a rookie because he wasn't able to play his full first season. The running back over in Washington, they got shot.
Robinson?
Oh, Brian Robinson. I
He
think
missed like 5 games and still put
Yeah,
up
he
800
was-
yards.
He is a
yeah,
sleeper.
he was good.
So a lot of people aren't going to pick him at the top, but that type of production, yeah, he's worth an early pick. Sleep.
So Gibbs might be interesting as well, especially since so both of the running backs from last year are not on the team. So Gibbs is probably interesting. I'm not sure how far he's going into it.
Zach Kuntz?
And so I like Smith as well. So I like JSN, but he's like wide receiver 3, so targets might not be there.
Jordan Addison next to Justin Jefferson,
Yeah, might be sick.
if he's not
So
suspended.
Jonathan Mingo might be interesting too, but like those are all late.
Probably. I
in
got
my
2
opinion.
points if I can. TD, when's Mike White starting? And Ray, you say 2025, 2026, the Patriots again a quarterback. Who are you taking? Who do you want? You're saying 3 years down the line.
I don't know. I'll be 40. I could still play for a couple of years and probably do better than Matt
Hey,
Jones,
Aaron
so.
Rodgers about to win the Jets a Super Bowl at 40 years old this year. So you,
Mike,
I'll
Mike
wait.
White.
White will be starting the 3rd preseason game.
That's
Mike
about
White.
But one
Man,
on TV.
dude, TD, you're gonna fall in love with Mike White and say by week 4, get Mike White in the freaking game.
Well, it's
No,
not
no, but to
that.
really
It's
answer
not that. it's that him and Skyler are in a competition right now.
Oh, Mike White's winning that. Come on.
Yeah.
Skyler's doing good.
White's better than him.
Yeah.
Mike
Mike
White's not
White's
better than Skyler Thompson. Y'all lost y'all mind.
And to really answer your question, you got to remember Belichick's got maybe 2-3 years left with the Patriots. So,
Woo! Oh yeah. Sorry.
you know, we'd have to see.
He
I
ruined
want
my
to see
life.
what the team looks like. I would like to see. I don't think Robert Kraft actually let him do a full rebuild. Like, didn't let him tear it down enough, and I think that's why. See, the Patriots are now in this position where we're going to be in the hunt for the playoffs. Like, we're always going to be in the hunt. Maybe we sneak in here or there. So we're never going to win a Super Bowl. The Patriots never going to win a Super Bowl, but they're always going to be drafting like 20th, like 15th, 20th. And that's the problem. So I'd like to see when Belichick does hang it up that the Patriots just, assuming Mac Jones, if Mac Jones somehow turns it around, then it's different. But if Mac Jones is a bust, I want to see a rebuild. I want to draft in the top 10, top 5, like get a real, a stud coming out.
The only good thing about Matt Jones this year is he's going to have an actual offensive coordinator, not Matt Patricia.
Exactly.
So
But watch his rookie season. There's a lot of problems in his rookie season too. And even with Matt Patricia, and this is where I get on, Matt Patricia had nothing to do with Mac Jones throwing off his back foot. It had nothing to do with some of the fundamental errors that he made in his mechanic in his game. Like, you've been playing quarterback since you were, in your mother's womb. Like, there's just mistakes you shouldn't be making at this point. But you're right. This is what I say. Like, I've said this to all the Patriot fans because I get dubbed the Patriots hater. I know Tyson's taking the same shit because him and I are really on the same page with Mac Jones. But where I'm a little bit different than Tyson, like, I'm hoping Mac Jones proves me wrong. I want to come out at the end of this year and be like, fuck, I was wrong. You know what I mean? Like, I owe Mac Jones an apology, as if he's ever heard a word I said and gives a shit. You know what I mean? But I hope he proves me wrong, but this is the year. I think Belichick has given him enough players to prove it. He's now got a real offensive coordinator. Offensive line is we'll see. That could be a problem, but I expect a big jump from last year, and if I don't see it, it's time to move on. Like, a slight improvement is not good enough in my eyes.
What about a Tua type improvement like Tua did last year? What if you see that?
Hey. Oh, wow. Wow. Look at that background, bro.
Notice that pop
What is
up.
that? Hey, listen, by the way, like, hold that thought. Somebody just sent me this on Instagram, and I think it's absolutely hysterical. Someone said, yo, we should get Tua one of these. Let's check this out.
Here we go.
It's called the Chinese company designed airbag jackets to protect the elderly from falls. Let's see it.
Wow.
Look at that.
Wow.
Oh, that's an investment.
We reached a new low.
Look at that. That's an investment.
See, I'm not going to go as low because I could jab back at Buffalo, but I'm going to leave it alone.
Oh, man.
Oh gosh.
Oh, he could
That's
definitely.
innovation.
Muffales, we got to get to the next caller, bro. I appreciate seeing you, man. And
Sauce
Bro,
about Ramsey.
I'll see you next week, though. You going to Carolina?
Yeah,
Actually-
I'm going to see my brother. He lives in Charleston. So I should
You
go
have
there.
tickets for it already?
Oh, yo, hit me up, bro.
I bought him already, so we all good.
You have
We're
your tickets?
We're going
Okay.
there for my 26th birthday. Actually, it's next week.
Oh, dude,
You
are you
gonna
going?
be
Are you going to
in
both
Charleston,
practices?
Yes.
Dude, hit me up. I'm going solo dolo, so at least now I got a friend to be with.
I got you.
So how much?
All right,
So
bro. I'll
how
see
long
you
you
over
gonna be
there.
in Charleston, bro?
I'm trying to get down there on my birthday, the 7th, and I'm probably gonna be back here by Sunday.
So hit me up because I'm like 40 minutes away from Charleston. Hit me up.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, we
Okay.
both get to hang out at Muffales, Dan. Dude, come to the Panthers
come
Jets
through.
practice, Dan. Pull
Yeah.
up. Come through. I got a
Yeah,
sick
why not,
hotel.
man? I'll go ahead and I'll make an appearance.
All right, bro.
Let's do it.
Peace out, bro. I'll see you next
All
week, man. Happy early birthday.
Thank you.
Richie, before you bring in the next caller, I got to say my goodbyes. I gotta
Absolutely.
go. Thank you,
Oh, yeah.
gentlemen, for having me. I'm sure I'll be back. It seems like Tyson wants me here a lot, so I'll be back. And enjoy your week, boys.
Appreciate you, Ray.
Thanks, bro.
We'll see you next time.
Thanks, Ray.
Thank you.
Super Bowl.
What was Super Bowl? What's a Super Bowl?
Super Bowl, man.
But we just got our new graphic for BetUS.
Dude, this guy though, bro.
Come
Yo,
on now.
man,
How can you not see all this cash and not want to go bet on your
Look at all
team?
this- Yo, listen, honestly, man, like I'm putting a stack down on the Browns in the AFC North.
He's not. See, like Dan's thinking about the Browns, not even his own Bills. That tells you all you need to know about the Bills. All right, we're gonna keep this on.
The odds really aren't that like great of a payoff. You know what I mean? Like, say like I bet $100 and the Bills win in the division, I'll win like $10 because everyone knows it's gonna happen. So I mean, I gotta go ballsy. So Browns, the AFC.
Right.
It's the
let's
best.
Let's get into the next caller.
Hello.
Hey man, what's up?
I'm doing great. I got two things. Two things for you guys. Okay, so I was watching First Take today because I usually like watching things when I go on to work or whatever. I don't really watch it. I listen to it. And one question really baffled me. It was the question, is Tua and Tyreek Hill the best wide receiver and quarterback duo of like currently?
Let's go.
Say that again, brother.
The best quarterback to wide receiver duo is.
So that includes. So you're saying that includes Tua in the conversation with Tyreek and Jalen Wallace, not just them as a duo.
No. It's just
one
duo.
receiver, one quarterback.
Yeah,
I think
there's one answer, and there's one answer only, and it's Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs based off of continuity.
No. I think he's saying the wide receiver duo of Hill and Waddle.
No, he's saying a QB wide receiver duo. QB wide receiver duo.
Like Joe Montana to Jerry Rice or
Tua
like
Kyrie.
No.
Yeah.
It's Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs.
Neither.
Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs. All day.
Let him know what it is. I know what you're gonna say. Let him know what it is, baby.
What are you saying?
It's not you're gonna think either. It's neither of you two.
Okay, who is it then?
It's Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase.
First off,
it's them two.
So here's
here's
my take on Joe Burrow. All right, so here's my take on Joe Burrow.
This is totally pure hate. Joe Burrow owns the Bills. Go for it, Dan.
Okay, first off, one game, there's no one's owning shit. All right, listen. Okay, so if you put Josh Allen on the Bengals, then they would have won the Super Bowl the past 2 years. If you put Joe Burrow on the Buffalo Bills, you wouldn't have made the playoffs.
That is the most. That's probably the worst take I've ever heard you say.
No, it's not.
That is so false.
Joe
Burrow is a winner. Joe Burrow won a damn championship in LSU. He brings the Bengals, who's never been there forever. The Bengals are nothing around him.
Hear me out. Hey.
What the heck was that, Dan?
Let me explain my piece right here, right?
Okay, think about this. Think about this.
Yeah. Please let me speak my piece here, okay? Listen, so like the Bengals offensive line and the Buffalo Bills offensive line, they're about the same as far as talent. Both absolutely do, okay? The reason Josh Allen can get around a bad offensive line is because he makes plays with his legs. He has the ability of being able to sort of roll outside of the pocket, extend plays, and make that happen, right? Burrow is not that sort of quarterback. The reason Burrow gets away with having a bad offensive line is because he has the best wide receiver trio on the face of the planet. At least one of them is creating separation at least instantly within the first little bit of time. If Joe Burrow was on the Bills, his sack numbers would double, and he's already at the top of the list because he doesn't have that ability. He's not a Josh Allen sort of thing. That's why I picked Josh Allen over Joe Burrow in a slight comparison.
Joe Burrow is a better passer than Josh Allen.
Exactly.
Josh Allen may have a cannon, but he is not a better passer than Joe Burrow.
But I'm talking about the best overall quarterback.
It doesn't matter.
Overall.
Okay, Josh Allen
uses better overall.
legs.
Okay.
Burrow can do it. Burrow can do it in the pocket without using his legs.
And so me and you could do it with T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, and Tyler Boyd.
No. The difference is Joe Burrow knows how to process so he can check down when necessary. Josh Allen just going to take off and run.
So Burrow,
there's a big difference between those two quarterbacks.
So Burrow relies on his supporting cast, and Josh Allen's supporting cast relies on him.
No. Oh my gosh.
Okay. Now. Let me just get to the thing. Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase is the best tandem like of the current year. I was like, yo, did they fall off a cliff or something? And they didn't. How could you say that in a 13 game sample size that Tua and Tyreek are better? Tyreek is better than Joe Burrow to Jamar Chase. How could you say that? How could you say that in the beyond shadow of a doubt?
I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I'll be 100 with you. When you came on and you said we were wrong and the best one was Burrow Chase, I gotta be honest with you. I'm not gonna debate that. I think you were right.
Yeah.
I agree.
I think you were right. That's the best quarterback wide receiver duo in the might be the NFL. At the end of the day, Chase is just man, this guy, he's gonna get the ball whenever he wants to in so many different ways.
Unless he's going up against Sauce Gardner, because Sauce Gardner locked him up in week 3 last year.
Don't get me wrong. Listen, I'm not being a hater, and so I'm not being a hater. I want to see what Jamar Chase can do when he's like literally like the only superstar on a roster for a wide receiver core. I want to see it. It's super easy to be wide open all the damn time when the defense is worried about also a T. Higgins and a Tyler Boyd out in the field. Like double teams are almost non-existent.
But here's the thing: you can see the skill though, no matter what. It's like the same thing with Jerry Rice.
I'm not saying he's bad. I'm not saying he's bad.
No, I'm not saying that you're saying that he's bad. I'm saying but you can see the skill. You can see the skill.
All I'm saying is Jamar Chase got hurt and Burrow went 4-1 and was doing his thing.
It's true.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, and then my next thing is I heard that topic you guys had about franchise quarterbacks like not signing him or whatever. To me, it's a dumb take to go at because, in my opinion, your job as a general manager is when you have a franchise guy building around him, not using we gave our money to our quarterback as the excuse, because you can't do that. I feel like you can't do that. Once you get your franchise guy, you gotta try to build the best around him.
Yeah, but those franchise guys have flaws.
Then you could get rid of him. If he does falter, then you get rid of him. But how can you be like, oh yeah, okay, I don't want to sign. Imagine this. What happens if the Bills don't sign Josh Allen and he goes on another team and becomes the best quarterback in the league? Then the Bills look like idiots. Then the Bills look like a fucking idiot for letting him go instead of actually trying to build around him. You can't just be like, I don't want to sign this quarterback to a major this guy who could possibly sign this guy to a major contract. If he is doing great for your team, you gotta sign him. Or else you'll look like an idiot when he goes on another team and does great for another team.
Bro, that's the point. If he's doing great, then nobody's debating that. If he's doing great, then of course you sign him. We're talking about these middle-of-the-road quarterbacks who have so many flaws, but they're not trash. It's not worth making that big investment.
Okay, I get that point. But I mean, like when he's a rookie through his second year, and you see the potential.
Yeah, we're talking about somebody that's been 4 years, bro. We're talking about 4-year guy. We know what he is, and a decision has to be made. If they're balling out, of course, give them the money. But if they're sitting out here being Ryan Tannehill's, those type of guys, it is what it is. I mean, you could even stretch it out as far as Derek Carr's and Kirk Cousins. Those are good quarterbacks, but at the same token, when you start paying them that kind of money, you just can't get over the hump.
Okay, I didn't hear the 4-year. I didn't hear the 4-year thing. I thought you just meant like rookie, like 2-year guys, like that gets us. Put him in the dirt. I'm like, yo, you can't do that. But then if they do great on another team, you look like an idiot. Look at Geno Smith right now. I feel like us as Jet fans, we feel like idiots seeing what he did now for the Seahawks.
Don't feel like an idiot.
No, I don't mean it like
the guy's getting money now, right?
Yeah.
So let's see how he plays.
Okay. Yeah, let's see how he plays. I'm just saying, your job as general manager is to build around your franchise guy, and you shouldn't use, we got all this money now on our franchise guy. I don't think you should use that as an excuse because you made that decision. You know what I mean?
I agree.
I'm going like at that standpoint. Like, you already build around.
I agree. You got to prove to be a franchise quarterback first, though.
Yes. That is true as well. You got to prove yourself. You got to prove yourself to be a franchise guy. I do agree with that. I do agree with that for sure.
All
Okay,
right, we're gonna
gotcha.
have to move to the next caller, Lisel.
Yep.
We appreciate you.
So just remember that Josh Allen's greater than Burrow. No, we'll see you, bro.
Greatest lie ever told.
What a way. Folks, hit that like button if you want to join the Patreon membership program to get on the show to talk ball with us. You know where the link is down below, baby. Jimmy, we're actually going to hear you this time.
Hello.
What's up,
Oh,
Jimmy
we
Casket?
Jimmy.
How you doing?
Good.
Yo, Jimmy, what's wrong, man? What's wrong, bro? You have a rough day? What's up?
No, I have a question for y'all.
Talk to me.
So for your individual teams, what's the percentage that you'll win the AFC East?
Say that again. I was really hoping somebody would like come in and like answer so I could use
What?
context clues.
No. Like, what's the percentage chance that your team will win the AFC East? Like
For the
50%,
Dolphins?
80%?
For the Dolphins. Oh, go ahead.
So realistically, 115%.
115?
Look at his face. He's trying so hard to be serious. Oh, my gosh. I think for our team, Jimmy, I give it a 70% chance.
70?
Maybe
Jim-
maybe a little less because,
I mean-
you know.
I mean,
Jim-
Dan, even
Yeah.
if you are biased, it has to be at least like 80, like at most.
Yeah. No, man. Honestly, like this is like what I realistically see happening. I would not be surprised at all if by the end of the season the Bills and the Jets were tied for the overall like record, and then the winner of the division is determined by a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
So
be
that's
close
a
like that.
take. Yeah. So that's a take that like I've been like married to, I would say, for the past couple of weeks. Is that I think like the Bills and the Jets and like maybe the Dolphins might even be like one win away as well. And like three of us make the playoffs with it. But like that's what I'm thinking. Like I'm thinking a 12-5 Bills, a 12-5 Jets, and an 11-6 Dolphins. And then the winner is determined based off of like some obscure tiebreaker. That's me.
So, TD, not being biased, what's the percentage chance you'll win the AFC East?
We're not looking at that. It's 100% chance we're winning the Super Bowl.
I said not biased.
I'm not being biased.
You know, I admire you, TD, that you can actually say that with a straight face.
You can't see my face.
I can just tell, and you've been saying it for the last 4 years.
It was straight, though.
You need to divorce that take.
Listen, we're winning the Super Bowl this year, bro. Get over it.
Yeah, you said the last 5 years.
No, I'm serious. Aaron Rodgers is washed. They're gonna be the Denver of last year. Buffalo's window closed. They just
Like
don't
lazy.
realize it
Like actually have some substance to your
Bro,
takes.
it ain't lazy.
Come on, lazy.
You're just scared that's gonna happen. You terrified.
I'm not scared that's gonna happen because a washed up Aaron Rodgers brings his Jets team to the Super Bowl.
Not gonna lie, the roundtable always has this debates every offseason about about the Dolphins winning the Super Bowl. Like TD will always say that the Dolphins
Right?
win the Super
This
Please,
year
bro,
is different.
listen.
And
like,
then he says this year's different. Thank you, Jimmy. Jimmy, you've been with us since the beginning. When have I ever said that I have confidence that the Jets are winning the division?
Hell no, bro.
so I've been saying
Hell no,
for
bro.
weeks.
This is the first season.
So I've been saying for weeks and years, like I am almost begging somebody, if anyone has free time, please put together a exhaustive clip of TD literally repeating the same sentence. for the
Yeah,
past
put it
4 years.
together because it's the last time I'm gonna have to say it without it coming true.
So by the way, did anybody catch me like take a sip out of an empty glass as well? And so I tried to like go ahead and play it off like it didn't happen. Yeah, I don't know.
What, at the end
Surprisingly,
of the season, it's gonna be filled with Dolphins tears.
Hey, no, but
That's
Jimmy
exactly
Caskets,
what it is, baby.
Jimmy Caskets, real
Exactly
talk,
what it is,
bro.
baby.
I'm really not trying.
right here, fool.
Jimmy Caskets, I'm really not trying to troll, bro. I just think that we got the best team in the AFC East, and we're gonna win the division 100%. Like seriously,
All right,
jokes aside,
I respect your opinion, TD.
like we are the superior team in this division now.
Yep, I respect your opinion.
Best quarterback, best wide receiver. I mean, it's
Best
a wrap.
defense.
Best defense.
Best kicker, best coach.
Well, it ain't the best kicker, and yeah, we do got the best coach.
So Dan, I got a question for you.
What's up, bro?
So, for fantasy football,
Yeah.
PPR. Rank these running backs: Jahmyr Gibbs, Joe Mixon, Travis Etienne, Ramondre Stevenson, Najee Harris.
First off, I do want to say my strategy because like I've tried the whole like start heavy with running backs at the beginning, and that strategy has not worked for me for the past 2 or 3 years. But out of those 4, my RB1 is Ramondre Stevenson. Number 1 with that. Number 2, I'd probably go ETN just because he does have that ability, especially in PPR with pass catching, which is pretty solid. Gibbs is a bit way too much of a stretch. I don't know how he's going to translate into the NFL. He's not like a Bijan Robinson who's 1,000% just going to go out there and bust off 1,000-yard season. And then who was the 4th running back again?
Najee Harris.
Najee, yeah. He's my RB3, and then put Gibbs at RB4. But I mean, honestly, dude, like with fantasy football, like, dude, go wide receiver and tight end heavy at first because there's so many value picks like running back wise, like in the later rounds. Surprisingly, like I just did a mock draft about like an hour and a half ago, and like my like first running back I took off the board was like the 5th or the 6th round, and was Swift in Philly, who I think is going to be completely fine, like right in that backfield. And then who else is a sleeper? Foreman in Chicago is probably going to be a great sleeper, and he's going in like the 9th or 10th. I'm telling you, man, if you want to win your fantasy league, like don't go running back heavy in the beginning. It's not worth it.
Honestly, I'm kind of high on Alexander Madison.
Maybe.
He's a good sleeper.
So depending on when you draft him, right?
I think he's like ADP like 5th or 6th, maybe even 7th round.
Yeah. And so like I said, man, so first round, just go like wide receiver heavy and say that you have like the first like picks 3 through 5, just grab Travis Kelce. Like that's always a go-to. Say that he falls you like between like the 3rd and the 6th. It's worth it every single time. And stay away from a quarterback, bro. Do not draft a quarterback in like the first like 2 or 3 rounds.
Nah, I'm drafting Josh Allen first overall.
Don't make that mistake.
It's not the worst pick in fantasy, but like I mean, I don't take a quarterback typically until like
I drafted that bum last year, and the first time I ain't make the playoffs in 10 years.
Oh man,
Tony's coming after you, TD. You see this?
TD sound like a homeless guy on the subway. What's wrong with a homeless guy on the subway?
Yeah, bro. What's wrong with that?
Shout out to my homeless people.
Shout out to the homeless people tuning in today, man. What's going on the streets? Let us know.
Well, Jimmy, we appreciate the call, man. I can't wait to celebrate some Jets victory Mondays with you this season. We'll get 12 of them.
Can't wait for the season to start.
Let's go, Jimmy. We appreciate you, bro.
TD, honestly, you kind of sound like Rasputin. Kind of remind me of him.
Who?
Rasputin.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
All right, Jimmy. Thank you, bro. That's the legend, Jimmy Cask.
What do you think, Cam Newton?
Scam Newton. Glenn!
Hello, y'all. How y'all doing?
So, by the way, dude,
Glenn's in
by
the
the way,
house.
like, fun fact, like, Glenn apparently is a incredible golfer. Like, dude told me some crazy-ass score he put up in this tournament.
Man, I came in 13 out of 83. Tied with 13. 13 to 19.
Trying to hype you up. What did you shoot, like a 72, you said?
I shot a 71, a 72, a 74, and a 72.
I could only dream, bro. I could only dream
It was,
in the 70s.
yeah. Well, I've been golfing for a very long time.
That's good.
But, hey, I've been listening to you guys. Man, y'all's hey, Richie.
I don't think you missed one Jets media.
Man, I love listening to you. I love texting. I love listening to you and stuff. And you got a great thing. But, man, some of your takes, like tonight, you're like, oh, my God, look at Sauce shut down Jamar Chase. Yeah, he did shut him down. What did you guys win by? Oh, no, you lost 27-12. So he didn't have to do nothing.
Yeah, well,
and
we're talking about Jamar Chase,
then
and he locked him down, though.
Hey, bro, you lost by a bunch of points, like 14 points. Who cares what you got?
We're talking about wide receiver who was one of the best in the league. Hey, shut down that game.
Hey. Then he says, well, we were 7 games. We won 7 games. You know how many times those 7 games he won that he plays, they beat a starting quarterback?
Exactly.
2.
Plays in front of you.
2. Josh Allen and Aaron Rodgers. Besides that, they played backups and won.
They were backups. What do you want them to do? Lose to the backups?
Well, beat more than if you don't play 5 backups, 6 backups this year, of course you don't get 12 wins. Well, maybe not with Aaron Rodgers, because I hate to say I followed Aaron Rodgers for a long time, and you know what he's not good at? He's not good at going up against top defenses. That's why he's always losing in the playoffs. He will hold on to the ball and throw it away to save an interception, which I understand. But sometimes you have to and he won't take the chance. Now, TD, tell him how many games teams will probably play in the top 12.
Bro, we got 11 of them, man. It's tough.
And when he won his MVPs, he played 1 year. He played 12 games that were in the bottom half of the league in defense. The next time he won, he played 10 games in the bottom half of the NFL defensive league. So, in context, it's a whole different world for him. I know Aaron Rodgers. What he does is he does not take chances. And against our defenses, if he don't take chances, he'll just throw the ball away and or do little checkdowns and
I mean, I'd rather be careful with the football than take chances and be a turnover-prone quarterback. He has the best touchdown and interception ratio in NFL history for a reason.
And when's the last time he won the Super Bowl?
The last time he had a good defense.
Man, wait, hold up now. He had a couple good defenses.
Not as good as that one. When he had a top tier, top 5, top 10 defense, that's when he won a Super Bowl. He did not have a defense like that since.
He had a top 10 defense in 2015. They were in 13 or 14-2 or something like that, and he lost in the playoffs. And he had a top tier defense because he does not take chances. You cannot win Super Bowls without taking chances. I might get on Josh Allen's butt about taking the chances he does, and sometimes he don't need to. But if you don't take it, it's going to be too hard to go 75 yards against these defenses we're playing this year. We don't be playing a lot of top 12 10 defenses all throughout the years. I'm just saying that I ain't taking away from Aaron Rodgers. He is an MVP. He won them those 2 years. He could only play the schedule that was in front of him. But he did he did get to play the NFC North for the last 3 years, and we know how good those defenses have been.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about his playoff choking. I mean, the last 3 NFC championship games that he's lost in, his defense gave up 44 points, 37 points, and 31 points. So the
how
defense,
much did they off?
You also got to talk about the defense here, that the defense is not showing up.
And how much did his offense score? How much did his offense score?
26 points, 24 points, and 20 points.
So you couldn't keep.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, if the defense gives up that much points, it's I'm not blaming it all on Rodgers. That's a team effort.
No, I ain't saying. But what I'm saying is, Rodgers has a problem playing hard defenses, and they'll throw the ball away and they'll take the check down, which is fine sometimes, especially in the regular season and stuff like that. But these defenses we're playing this year are going to be in the top 10. They are going to be murderous. And he had a hard time last year against the sorry-ass defenses he played last year. Excuse my language.
He did.
And I don't know what the thing was last year. Some people say he's fallen off. Some people say he just didn't like playing there. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things. There's a lot of changes that happened last year, and we'll see if that will be a difference for this year, you know?
But what I'm saying is, on your defense, hold up, because you did play a lot of bad teams last year, defensive-wise. or offensive wise. I mean, offensive wise, you played a lot of bad offenses. I mean, you didn't even get to play Chicago Bears. You got to play Sherman against Chicago Bears.
Yeah.
Didn't even get to play there. I mean, you guys got lucky with your first 7 games.
Yeah, so that was last year. So we'll see how the story gets written this year.
So we'll see how good you're. Now, I think Sauce is good. His problem is he like TD said, Cam ain't catching interceptions. Sauce didn't either.
He also lead the NFL in pass deflections.
Okay. And he did.
And also
did not give up.
And also did not give up a touchdown.
He got 20. Didn't he give up one in the late at the end of the season?
That Patriots game, it was a miscommunication. It wasn't his guy, but they gave it to him.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say I thought I seen one for him.
Nope. I mean, that's the next step of his game if he can start getting interceptions for sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
If you're talking about a rookie that leads the league in pass deflections and goes up against the team's number one.
What I'm saying is just less. He hasn't earned some of the hype that he's gotten. Yes, he was real good last year, but you have to do it more than once in 1 year.
Yeah, and it's not. And the thing is, it's not Jets fans that's hyping him up. It's everybody. I mean, his players, the players amongst them rated him as the best corner. The national media,
and he might be.
It's not just Jets fans.
He might be, but I still think. What's the guy in Denver? What's the corner in Denver?
Surtain.
Surtain.
Yeah, he's a beast too. And listen, Sauce got to prove it. He could be just. You got to do it year in and year out to be consistent.
Yeah.
And by the way, did you see what Sauce Gardner was asked himself? They asked him, "Do you think you are the best corner in football?" And you know what his answer was? I cannot say that.
He better say yes.
He said, "I believe I am, but it's not right for me to say that because I've been in the league only once, and I got to prove it this season again. There's a new season ahead of me." So he's a humble, and people try to pin him to this like arrogant guy.
No, I don't think that. I don't think that of him. I just think that sometimes what you have to watch out for, and I've seen it too many times, is players do one good year, goes to their head, and then falls off a cliff.
Yeah.
Not saying that will happen to Sauce. No, I think he's a guy that will work on his craft and be better. I just give it a second year. Now, if he comes out and balls this year, then I give him his respects.
Yeah, man. We'll see. He has a big now the whole world's watching him, and they're gonna he's under a microscope. So the hype is up, so the expectations rise. So we'll see. But
yeah. When you say 7-5, man, they won 7 games last year, but 5 of them were against backup or third string quarterbacks. So temper that. God, that when I hear that, I'm like, please, man, you have to look at their schedule.
Yeah, and all you can say is we'll see what they can do this year, and if they get lucky with backup quarterbacks, we'll see.
Yeah, if you get lucky with backup quarterbacks, hey, you can win the division.
I want to see Tua. I was upset we didn't get to see Tua. I want to see Tua. So we'll see you week 9 or whatever that is. So Glenn, we appreciate the call, my man.
Yeah, hey, I appreciate it. Sorry I missed next week.
Thanks, Glenn.
Hey, Dan, I'll get with you. Maybe I'll get up your way and we can play golf.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Maybe we could play golf one day.
Yeah, listen, man, I would absolutely love it.
Okay. Talk to you guys, TD.
All right, bro.
All right, we got the final call-in of the night, who is a regular on the channel.
Regular.
Oh! Let's go, baby. What's up?
6 wins.
I'll call you back in a second, okay?
Yeah.
All right.
6 wins, Buffalo.
Yeah, 6 wins in the first at least 7 games, something like that. What's up, baby? You knew it was me.
Yo, dude, my guy.
Life is good.
My guy's a true friend, by the way. Just want to say that.
I am. I don't play around with friendship.
So he's that real one out there, ladies and gentlemen. Find you a Mel, all right?
I know what you're talking about. I already know what you're talking about. So yeah. If we keep it inside, we keep it inside. You can tell it if you want to. Absolutely. I don't care. It's all good. I'm not gonna do it because that's not what I would do.
You the man.
I don't need my horn tooted by anybody who doesn't really like me. So it is what it is.
Just know he's the man.
Yes, sir. All right. No. So, like, if I'm being honest with the division, it's like, I'm pretty sure we're still on top. I'm pretty sure. Now, I'm not guaranteeing that we're gonna win the division. Maybe the Jets get up there. Maybe the Dolphins get up there. Both those teams are competitors with the Bills this year. I can't lie. I'm not gonna be like, it's not close. Like, if you look at it, freaking Miami still got Hill and Waddle. Tua played well last year when he was not injured, but there's a question mark. Then you got the Jets with Aaron Rodgers, who last year looked bad in the beginning of the year, but he looked better later on to that Lions game. So the competition around Josh Allen just improved, right? And Dan is not going to lie to you about that, neither am I. Like, both those teams are in the division, and they're both viable.
Exactly.
They're both viable teams who can potentially usurp us this year for the division title. Here's the thing. There are a lot more question marks with those teams than with ours.
I agree with that too.
There's a lot more question marks with those teams than ours. And that doesn't necessarily make me more comfortable with it. I think that each one of these teams is capable of 12 to 13 wins this year. We all have the same schedule. They're not easy. And we're still confident enough to be like, but still.
Yeah.
And so I'm not going to dump on TD this year because the Dolphins do look that good.
They do.
Ramsey got hurt, but they're still going to beat a bunch of these teams.
Yeah.
The Jets, the same thing. You know, they haven't lost anybody, but
yeah,
if running back drafted last year, Iowa State,
Breece Hall.
There we go. If Breece Hall, you know, isn't ready to go when they signed Dalvin Cook, okay, well, they're complete too.
Yeah.
We have 3 teams in this division that are potentially complete teams. And this is as real as you're going to get me, because every other time you get me, I'm going to trash the Jets and the Dolphins because I hate y'all. Hate them.
Oh, yeah,
Hate you too. We hate you too.
Well,
So,
I know, but I love you. I love you, and I love that way. Love TD. I love Dolphins fans and Jets fans, the ones who like me back. But it's your teams I hate.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
glad you were honest that we were going to win this.
Yeah, no, I hate your team. Like this, I don't need to be honest about it. That's how could I lie?
So one
Like
thing
the
I do
Patriots
wanna say
too.
as well. So one thing I do want to say as well, because like I see this on Twitter and I see this on this live chat, like specifically.
Yeah.
Guys, don't buy into, and this is me like just trying to protect like your expectations this year for like Jets and Dolphins fans. Everyone in the world is trying to convince you that the Buffalo Bills regressed. We literally lost one person who several of us thought he was overrated in the first place in our middle.
Who's that? Give me him.
Edmonds.
Okay, so we lost Edmonds. Let's not forget the addition by subtraction that is Roger Saffold.
Exactly. That right there. Like, we ended up bringing in depth. Our offensive line improved. Our running back room tremendously improved. We got the best pass catcher in the draft out of Dalton Kincaid. So don't buy into the hype that the Bills regressed, because we literally are the exact same team plus some very well needed depth positions. Y'all are seeing an improved Bills team. I am taking this Bills roster over the roster last year and the roster before that.
I am too.
10%. Don't have your expectations that the Bills regress, because you will be disappointed. I'm just telling you.
And here's the thing. A lot of people will say the Bills did not improve at all. It's like, first of all, Roger Saffold's gone. That's addition by subtraction. I don't care who you – Richie could play left guard better than Roger Saffold last year. It was terrible, okay? And Richie's thin, and he's a Jets fan, so he'd, like, fall on purpose. It was bad. Roger Saffold was missing people who was like, what is going – like, he's right there. How'd you not see that fat bastard? And they're just getting through. And so –
Who's replacing him? Connor McGovern?
Connor McGovern, David Edwards is playing that right guard or left guard as well. Yeah. It doesn't matter who does it. I could go in there and do it with my bad back and ankles.
Licking his chops for week 1.
So Spencer Brown's still definitely a liability, but that's a conversation for a different time.
I don't know if he's a liability or if he's just now growing into the position. Because, you know, last year he didn't have a training camp. He didn't have an offseason. He had the back surgery.
Yeah.
Gotta hope that he's going to do better. But, you know, that's a different thing. But when you look at the guy, he started on that line, and he wasn't the weakest guy. It was Saffold.
Yeah.
And where do the Bills like to run the ball? Up the middle. They're not really an outside run team unless it's Josh.
Yep.
Singletary would go up the middle, make people miss in the phone booth, and then Cook did the same thing. We let Singletary go. Now Cook's that guy, clearly in camp. And when you look at how the Bills are handling things in camp, they're running a lot of 12 personnel, but they're mixing it up. Shakir's getting a lot of looks. Hardy's getting a lot of looks. The Bills are going to be very, very tricky this year on offense.
Yeah. So great take as well, because like I mean, like when I look at the Jets, like specifically, like there's no doubt that they're going to be a good team, but I'm not sure about you, Richie, but like I think the likelihood of Aaron Rodgers even seeing a snap in the preseason is slim to none.
None.
Right? So I think that
if there is one, it'll be like one series in the last.
Yeah. So I do see him getting acclimated to a brand new offense and supporting cast for at least the first 2
Hang on.
Sorry to break it to you, Dan. It ain't
It's not their brand new offense.
Sorry, Dan.
Hackett was the OC in Green Bay.
I know you wanted to hear
They're
that.
running that offense in Green Bay.
More so from a personnel standpoint.
It's the same offense he won back-to-back MVPs in, and CJ Uzomah, the Jets tight end, and Al Lazard. He was asked in an interview. He's like, "What's the difference of this offense with Daniel Hackett? Like, is it Hackett's offense?" He's like, "It's Rodgers' offense. Like, we're running like Rodgers is like an offensive coordinator." Like what they're installing is pretty much the same as last year, but what all the Jets receivers and the tight ends need to figure out is simple. Getting on the same page of the nuances and the hand signals of Aaron Rodgers. That's what makes him elite, is that he can read a defense, he can see something, he makes a little hand signal, a little adjustment, looks at Garrett Wilson. Garrett, you do this now. Garrett's got to be on the same page. Otherwise, if he's not on the same page, that's when Rodgers gets frustrated. He needs the receivers to be on the same page. Last year, the young receivers were not on the same page with the hand signals. So that's what this young Jets team, you're right, that's going to be the adjustment, is understanding and getting on the same page with Aaron Rodgers early. So that part of it is going to take an adjustment period. And I think it might be a little rocky. I do not expect this Jets offense to come out of the gate putting up 30, 35 points a game. I think it's going to be a gradual thing. And like by week 5, week 6, I'm hopeful for it to really take flight.
Mid-season form is what you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
So
that's what they have to figure out, is the nuances of the line of scrimmage more than the scheme. Because I think the scheme is the similar thing they've been running. It's more that nuances of it.
So
I agree with most of what you said. It is going to be Rodgers' offense, because Rodgers he may not be on the same level career-wise as a Tom Brady, but when it comes to what he demands from his team, he's on that Brady level where we run my stuff and that's it.
Yeah.
And that's what Brady did in Tampa. Arians had his ego at first, and then eventually let it go, and Brady took him to the promised land. Rodgers is going to be the same thing with the Jets. He's going to be the guy who really structures the offense, and Hackett is just going to be there to be an assistant. His role is minuscule compared to Rodgers.
Exactly. And CJ Uzomah said that he's learning more football than he's ever had in his life, and he's a 9-year veteran. And what he meant by that is Aaron Rodgers is trying to get the entire offense to see the game as he sees it. So, like, if they can see the game the way Rodgers sees the game, then they're all in sync. And then that's when things start to click. That's when that MVP type season happens, when everyone's on the same page with Aaron Rodgers, because he's just wise. And for the people who say that he's washed up and he's too old, I counter that with, give me a wise quarterback that knows every single defense. You're never going to confuse him. Like, he's just never going to be confused. The only way you get to Aaron Rodgers in his head is with pressure, and this athletically maybe he's not as fresh as he was as older 20s or young 30s, but an older, wiser quarterback, at least from a Jets fan perspective, is refreshing. So I'm not worried about him like looking like an idiot, just like seeing ghosts and stuff. Like I kind of look at it as a big plus that he's old, because he's wise.
Well, there's a big plus to him being older and wiser, is that improves your timing.
Yeah, he gets rid of that. I was at training camp. I'm seeing this guy within less than a second ball out. I'm like, wow. I mean, it's just something different.
His timing is like
Wilson
he's seeing what's happening before it happens, and then he may not have the same arm strength as he did, but he has the timing to put the ball into the position that it needs to be in for the receiver to make the play. Conor McGregor said it one time, timing beats speed and precision beats power. It makes total sense with quarterbacks who play into their 40s, like a Brady, like a Rodgers, like a Manning, until his neck decided that it was going to finish him, but he won a Super Bowl still. But it's a thing. Like, you're going to be able to beat speed with timing if you're able to find the cadence of that speed. That's just how it is. Boxers do it all the time. Look at Bernard Hopkins. He boxed until he was like 56. It's crazy.
Like,
but
I know it's just
if you're
practice.
that good, you're that good.
It's just practice. But as a Jets fan, I don't see these throws in practice ever in my life.
Well, it's because you're a Jets fan and you've had not an Aaron Rodgers until now.
Exactly.
And so you are talking about like perhaps the best thrower of the football ever. Like,
I know. People are just forgetting about that, Dan. Like, I've been saying that for years before he became a Jet. I've been saying that before he became a Jet.
So I'm not even going to try and pretend like it's not real. Like he is like the epitome of a passer.
He's not no best thrower in no football ever. Stop that mess.
Who is it?
Who is?
Dan Marino, and y'all know it.
Oh, give me a break.
I'm not even being a homer. Y'all need to stop.
Yeah, the hell you are.
Dude,
talking
Aaron
about?
Rodgers has all the stats over him. The greatest touchdown interception ratio. I can go on and on about what Aaron Rodgers has over Dan.
Come on, man.
I can't
Even
believe
I could be objective sometimes, bro.
Bro, Dan Marino is
Right.
the best passer of the football.
We're talking
Said it
pure.
again. He
Come
said
on,
it again.
Come on, man.
Well,
It's all right. Y'all don't know football.
So TD's like, you don't know ball, man.
I think we just hit the 2-hour mark, so I think we're gonna wrap up the show here, man. We always appreciate you hopping on, dude. Nice to you, bro.
I appreciate it. Thanks, TD. That's like the 5th time you made me laugh tonight.
I was with you until you disrespected the GOAT.
And so TD's in his laundry room right now, like folding his
Who's the
underwear
GOAT?
while he's doing his thing.
Dan Marino.
Dan Marino.
Joe Namath.
Nah. Dan Marino better than Josh Allen. I know that much.
Well, that's true.
Dan ain't got nothing to say. Yeah.
How
man,
many
we're
Super
2
Bowl
hours
rings?
deep.
How many Super Bowl rings does Dan Marino have?
As many as the Bills.
How many does Joe Namath have?
Doesn't matter. Bills ain't got none.
So wins aren't a quarterback stat. So
Super Bowl rings are.
Okay.
Joey Namath. I got your back, Joe. No one's going to disrespect you, Joe Namath. Even though that Aaron Rodgers already eclipsed you as the greatest Jets quarterback of all time without him touching the football field, it's okay. We still love you, Joe Namath. All right. That's going to wrap up the show. Big time shout out to everybody in the chat. Big time shout out to BetUS for sponsoring us with this awesome new graphic. We're very excited to be partners of BetUS for the rest of the season. And everybody in the chat, man, we appreciate all you guys, man. Seriously, this was a big time show. Over 400 congruent viewers throughout it. We have 360 people watching right now. So, guys, if you're not already, hit that like button. If we can get to 300 likes before we wrap it up, that would be pretty legendary. And I just want to say, seriously, I know you guys have been hearing us hyping up this channel and what we're doing here, but all the new changes that we've been talking about is coming soon. We're going to be announcing a new schedule in terms of adding new shows. So this Wednesday night show is not going anywhere. We're going to stick here every Wednesday night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. We're not going to be late and tardy throughout the season. That's just an off-season thing. Trust me. So 7:30 p.m. live every Wednesday. We're also adding a Monday night show leading us right up until Monday Night Football. Every Monday night, we're going to be starting around 5:30 p.m. Eastern time leading up to Monday Night Football. We got a Friday afternoon show. We're thinking about maybe even adding a Sunday morning show and some pre-recorded videos. This channel is about to explode. I know some of you guys might be wondering or anticipating the Wednesday night show and you only wait for this show once a week. Well, we want to see you guys more often than just once a week. We're really trying to take this channel to the top, and you guys, I really do appreciate it, because without all you guys in the chat, all you guys hitting the like button, subscribing, what I do here, what Dan does, what TD does, what Master at Work does, Patriots Global, and Ray, how they all contribute, none of this is freaking possible. So thank you all. Thank you, Dolphins fans. Thank you, Bills fans. Thank you, Patriots fans. Of course, thank you, Jets fans. We all appreciate you big time. So Dan, TD, I'll let you guys finish it off with that.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, that's definitely a tough act to follow, man. I mean, I was ready to just run through a wall right there. You got me hyped up. Absolutely loved it. But no, guys, I normally say this all the time, but we definitely always talk about what we're planning on doing on this show. But I always like to suggest that both of these dudes right off to both of my sides do a wonderful job on their own individual channels, really taking a deep dive into their own specific teams. So the production value is there, and so the commentary and the content in general, I sincerely enjoy watching their stuff. I really do. So if you haven't subscribed to either of these two guys on their individual stuff, I highly recommend that you do so. They bust their asses. They are some of the hardest working people that I know. I wouldn't have gotten into a business venture with either of them if that was not the case. They do a great job. So please go on ahead and follow their individual channels as well. They're dope. They're great.
Thanks, Dan. But ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all so much for tuning in, man. I want to piggyback on what these guys are saying, especially about the AFC East Roundtable. Guys, we're doing huge things. We're getting major opportunities and stuff, and it's not because of us, the fun we have on the show. It's because you guys view the show. It's because you guys show support, show love. It's because you guys donate. It's because you guys hit the like button. It's because you guys, support our sponsors, because supporting our sponsors is supporting us. We're just grateful. And we're going to grow this thing bigger than ever. And remember, this isn't our show. It's our show, all of our show. And it's nothing. It's really nothing without every single one of you guys viewing. So help us go to the top, man. Hit that like button when you get a chance. Show love and support, whether you want to donate, do the membership, Patreon.
Tell a friend, too. And so tell a friend about the show as well.
And
that is helpful.
Exactly. And even supporting our sponsors. BetUS, we're so appreciative to have them as a sponsor for the entire season. They locked this down. So we're grateful for that. So if you want, like Richie said, take advantage of the bonus. $100 is going to get you, what is it? How much is it again?
125% bonus.
So that's $225.
Yes.
Yeah. So if you put down 100, bro, like you're basically getting 125 of free money.
So take advantage of it, because it definitely helps us re-up with our sponsors and things of that nature. So again, we're appreciative, guys. I'm just going to say, man, thank y'all so much. And thank y'all for not giving Dan a hard time for having the worst quarterback in the division with Josh Allen. Trash.
I knew that he was coming with that.
Later.